Secretariat, the fastest mile and a half ever over a dirt track. Secretariat won 4 of his last 6 races in his final win, coming at Woodbine Racetrack in Toronto. In all, he had 16 wins in just 21 starts. Secretariat, one of the best of all time. For SiriusXM Sports, I'm Ryan Payton.
MLB Network Radio is your home for 24/7 baseball talk, featuring on-site coverage of every major event from spring training through the World Series and expert analysis from former general managers and players. SiriusXM Channel 89.
This is the NBA on SiriusXM.
Full steam out of the backcourt, all the way to the rim for a thunderous slam.
Every game, all season long, through the NBA Finals.
Drives, he jump stops, he's off balance, he put it up and in. I don't know how.
Your home for hoops is SiriusXM Radio. Now, let's take you courtside for the game.
The biggest sporting events happen on SiriusXM Sports. Find out what channel your team is playing on by going to SiriusXM.com/sports.
It's about being patient offensively, moving the ball. And I mean, obviously it helps a great deal if your three-point shooting is good, if those shots are falling. If nothing else, I think that would make Miami think twice about going to the zone if all of a sudden the Raptors get hot from beyond the arc. They have, for the most part, struggled from deep this season, but of course they're coming off of their best three-point shooting game of the year. 21 made threes, 40% from beyond the arc, but also like the number that stands out, you go ahead and circle it, is 52 three-point attempts. This is a team that's dead last in the league in attempts. And yeah, it's tough when your confidence isn't there, when you haven't seen the ball go through the rim, but more than anything else, and Darko has really been emphasizing that this year, is like you can't pass up good shots. It has to be a habit. When you're open, shoot it, and eventually those shots, if you're putting in the work, those shots should fall. And if that's the case tonight, then I think the Raptors are going to be in good shape regardless of what Miami's defense looks like.
Yeah, Warren, you think they can get 52 shots tonight from the outside?
I mean, why not? I hope so. I mean, I think if they can exploit the perimeter matchups, I think Toronto's guards are a bit better positioned than, maybe Miami's guards. I think if they can control the paint, regardless of Bam Adebayo, utilizing Jakob Poeltl's size and rebounding ability, I think that's also a plus. And then manage the game tempo. So just know when to get out in transition and know when to set up and set up a half court offense and be able to execute in both. And then on top of that, as Josh said, you got to make shots and shoot the ball with confidence when you're open. If you can do those things, regardless of Miami's stingy defense, I think Toronto has every opportunity to go ahead and win this game and, win another game on the road.
Here's Coach Darko on shooting threes by any means necessary.
Rhythm shots, catch and shoot threes, open shots. We got to be willing to take those and knock those, because players at this level, we spend so much time working on the shot, working in off season, working in the season. Like, you got to have confidence to take those shots, and if you make them awesome, get back to the gym and work and get more. If you miss them, go back to the gym, work, and get them more. So it's part of the game, and we got to do it well.
So, Josh, let's go to the Raptors. Have had the fourth quarter lead in 7 straight games, and they've won 3. So close, right?
Oh, so close, but it only counts if you pull it out in the end. And as I was saying earlier, like for confidence alone, to be able to win one of those games, I think would go a long way. And this is the type of game that it could come down to that, given the type of games we've seen between these two teams before. Generally low scoring, physical, grinded out. The Raptors have proven that they could compete in those types of games. And even in close games, it's just, can they close it out? This has turned out to be a pretty big game in the end, not for the reasons the NBA intended it to be, the NBA Cup. Well, both of these teams have been eliminated, but the Raptors, as we know, like, they have struggled on the road this year. 10 straight losses on the road to begin the year. They were 0-5 in that previous 5-game road trip. Well, this is a 4-game road trip. They win tonight. They're 500 on this trip. So pretty big stakes there. And I think, as I said earlier, there is some momentum here to build on. It's just a question of whether or not they can close it out in the end.
So, Warren, I guess to flip it around, they've won 3 out of the 7 where they had the lead, so they lost 4. I mean, when you look at those 4 losses, they sort of slipped away, didn't they?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the Raptors have, on numerous occasions, as we said, shot themselves in the foot, and whether that's even last night, like they missed a lot of free throws, against
Pelicans.
Against the Pelicans. Yeah, they shot abysmally, 33%. They're 4 for 12. So if that's a better team and it's a tighter game, we could be talking about a loss there. So there's been many examples of that, and I don't want to say that's solely predicated on youth, because that's not an excuse. It's just this is just the way things are going for this team, and they have to find a way to battle through those things. And unfortunately, there's been numerous occasions where they haven't been able to execute down the stretch, whether it's first quarter, they started slowly. Fourth quarter, they can't finish the game. I think against the Pelicans was the first time we've seen a complete basketball game where they had a 20-point plus lead and they maintained it, and they did it for the entire game. So, there's been numerous occasions where that's been the case, but luckily for the Raptors, that's all history. And it's important that we can hopefully say in this game and the one after that they've learned from those things and are able to apply the areas of improvement and now execute that today and tomorrow and the next day.
Countdown to tip-off is next. This is Raptors Game Night on TSN 1050.
This is the sound of an exciting Black Friday sale. And this is the sound of an exciting Black Friday sale at Sleep Country. Black Friday just isn't the same at Sleep Country, except for the best deals on the best brands. Right now, get up to 30% off almost everything, including sheets, duvets, and more. Plus, get any size of purple sheet sets and Silk and Snow relaxed linen sheets for the price of a twin. Don't miss out. The Black Friday event is on now at Sleep Country. Restrictions apply.
Boston Pizza lives for the big moments, whether the season is just starting or coming to an epic end. From nerve-wracking ninth innings to OT winners, playoff buzzer beaters to Hail Mary miracles, BP is the best place to watch the game if you can't be at the game. Great food, ice-cold Sub-Zero Coors Light, and friends. And the best part, season seats are free. Grab your crew and cheer on the good guys at Canada's favorite sports bar, Boston Pizza. Gather round. Must be legal drinking age. Please drink responsibly.
Ontario is building up our nursing workforce. Since 2018, nearly 100,000 new nurses have registered to work in Ontario. Last year, we added a record of over 18,000 new nurses with another 30,000 nursing students in school. We're investing millions in new programs that pay for nurses' education and breaking down barriers so they can get to work sooner. Learn more at ontario.ca/yourhealth. Paid for by the Government of Ontario.
Hey, it's Brian Hayes, and I've got to tell you why Planet Fitness works for me, and I know it will work for you. First and foremost, it's safe, clean, and a breeze to get in and out of because I use the Planet Fitness mobile app. And with most gyms being open 24/7 and the crowd meter feature on the app, I can work out on my schedule, not the gym schedule. So sign up today at planetfitness.ca or pop into any of the dozens of locations throughout the GTA and get back in the gym at Planet Fitness.
Last chance. Midnight tonight is the absolute final deadline in the Princess Margaret Home Lottery. It's time to win big. Don't miss your chance at the $7.4 million grand prize, a stunning King City show home plus cash, and the Georgian Bay show home plus vehicles, vacations, and more. There's massive money with a 50-50, the cash calendar, and all new Wonder List. Only hours remain. Absolute final deadline is midnight tonight. Buy now at princessmargaretlotto.com. Play responsibly. Raffle 1380966.
I'm proud of my promotion.
Needs more shoes.
I earned it.
And business suits.
It is a big deal for our family.
Renovators.
I like the people I'll be working with.
Restaurants.
I still need a lot before I get started.
Car lease, hair salon, and luggage.
I know our kids are so proud of me.
Jewelry engraver.
It was my idea to put our company on the radio.
Promotion deserved. Be where anyone who needs you can meet you. Be on the radio. Your customers are already here.
10,000 years before the birth of Paul Atreides, we founded a sisterhood.
Crave presents the next groundbreaking original series from HBO, Dune Prophecy. Stream now, only on Crave. Subscribe at crave.ca.
Amazon Black Friday week is here, with up to 35% off toys to stuff their stocking. Noise-canceling tech to silent their night. And fashion like slippers to missile their toes. Shop Amazon's Black Friday deals now.
This is Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050. The Raptors live here.
And concluding a 4-game road trip in Miami tonight. They get Miami at home on Sunday, but right now the order of business is have a winning or a 500 road record on this trip and go to 4-2 in their last 6. Welcome to Tangerine Raptors basketball. Jim Taddy reporting now over to Paul Jones and Javon Shepard, and those numbers are nice. And Jonesy, you hope it adds up tonight.
You sure do, Jim. You hope that the Raptors can pull it off. I mean, they should be full of confidence heading into Miami with a good win in New Orleans. And then, Javon, some of the numbers, and again, you could beat the numbers to say whatever you want, but the Raptors, ahead of Miami when it comes to scoring, ahead of Miami in terms of the league rankings, 17th in scoring, Miami 20th, Raptors 17th in field goal percentage, Miami 24th, like offensive rebounds per game, Toronto up there in fast break points, and a guy like RJ is one of the top individual fast break guys in the NBA. He's number 3 behind Giannis and Kevin Durant. So
something you said just a while ago, they should be coming into this game against Miami feeling good about themselves, right? And 2 things stick out to me. You come off a game against New Orleans where you shot 52 threes, Jonesy, 52. No, we're not talking about the Boston Celtics. We're talking about the Toronto Raptors on 40% shooting from 3. That's one thing. And then secondly, the first 2 weeks of the season, this team was ranked 29th defensively.
Yeah.
Right? Since then, they've been 7th in the NBA, holding teams to 109 points. So right there, you're coming off a game where you shot the basketball well, right? And shooting is something that's contagious. And then for the last couple of weeks, last couple of games, you've been one of the better defensive teams in the league. You've also gotten Scotty Barnes back, right? He's playing some good basketball. RJ's been playing some good basketball, right? Abaji as well. So to me, there's a lot of things right now, a lot of ingredients as to why this team should be feeling good about themselves.
Well, let's hope whatever it is that they are feeling and the way they're feeling, they can kind of keep it going tonight. Starting lineup, Jacoby Walters, Scotty Barnes, Ochai Abaji, RJ Barrett, and Jakob Poeltl. And as always, we tell you that the starting lineup is driven by Subaru. Enjoy fall to the fullest with symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive. Visit your local Subaru dealer to book a test drive today. Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, and Haywood Highsmith are your starters for the Miami Heat. Let's see if the Raptors can get this thing going, Javon, and get out to a good start. They did so in New Orleans. I think it's a key, especially when you're on the road. Let's see if they can get it going again. Raptors will wear the white. It's an NBA Cup game on a Friday night. And we say thank you for joining us wherever you might be across the country, the continent, the globe, as the Raptors get set to take on the Heat. Raptors, 3 of their last 5 games have resulted in wins. You heard Jim talk about it. They've had the lead 7 times in the last 7 games, 7 times in the fourth quarter. Let's see if they can finish it off. Let's see if they can get another W tonight. The Heat will wear the red uniforms with the black and kind of yellow, goldish kind of trim as we get set to get going tonight. Murat Kogut will step in and throw it up between Bam Adebayo and Jakob Poeltl. Raptors win the tip, and they will bring it front court on the yellow court for the NBA Cup. From left to right. Toronto turns it over on the first possession.
That was a similar action that got Jacoby Walter to open 3 last game against New Orleans. Went to the inside look with Scotty Barnes, and Miami comes up with a steal.
Scotty guarding Jimmy Butler to Adebayo. Bam, foul line jumper, no good. Rebound, here come the Raptors. Barrett, front court, into the lane, lobs it up to Pirtle, tipped away. Raptors have turned it over on their first 2 possessions. Back comes Tyler Hero, into the lane, kicks it cross court. Highsmith 3, no good. Rebound, Jacoby Walter.
Good job by Hero going across the body of the defense into the paint and kicking it out. Highsmith just couldn't knock it down.
.10:57 first quarter. Raptors in Miami, nobody on the board as yet. Ball out of bounds, and it'll be Toronto basketball. Inbounding baseline left, far side. Jacoby Walter gets it to Pirtle above the arc. Now gets it to Barnes, foul line extended, far side, left wing. One dribble, pull up, no. Rebound, Duncan Robinson. Outlet, Highsmith runs it front court. They get it to Hero on the elbow, near side, steps into the lane, got away with a walk, gets it to Adebayo. Far side, right box, kicks it out. Duncan Robinson, catch and shoot 3, no good. Rebound, Barrett. Standing rebound to RJ as he brings it front court. Gets it to Barnes, lobs it down low to Pirtle. What a steal, and he lays it in. Great paint basketball by the Raptors.
Well, Highsmith was matched up against Pirtle, and it was great recognition by Scotty Barnes, just tucking it in there. Spacing wasn't there, but a bigger Pirtle with a big catch and a bigger finish.
Adebayo back. Banks it in, near side, 10 feet. Left wing, game tied at 2.
Tough angle off the left side.
Raptors swing the ball. Jacoby Walter, 3 up top, no good. Rebound to Adebayo. Here comes Miami front court, right to left. Robinson drives, kicks it cross court to Hero. Walter jumps out on his opposite, number 14. They get it to Highsmith, into the corner. Robinson 3, no good. Rebound, Barnes. Raptors dodge a couple bullets as Duncan Robinson got 2 good looks. 2 apiece. 9:20 to go first quarter. And the first one in the bottom of the well goes down for Scotty Barnes.
Yeah, Scotty Barnes just taking that shot with conviction. Butler didn't really contest it. A lazy contest. And I know what he was thinking. Scotty that far out, 30 feet out. You know, he's not going to pull it. But a good job by Scotty. Defense not there, hands not up. Shot, knock it down.
5-2 Toronto. 9:10 first quarter. Miami lays it in to cut the lead to 5-4. Tyler Hero getting to the basket. Back come the Raptors and say, we'll see that. As RJ Barrett gets to the cup and has a drink of water. Raptors up 7-4. Robinson near side on the bounce against Abaji. Gets it to Adebayo, comes back, gets it, curls into the lane, kicks to Hero, 3-ball. Nice contest by Jacoby Walter. Rebound tipped away by Barnes. Here comes Toronto. Barrett on the run, stutter dribble, kicks to Jacoby. Into the lane, floats it up and in, takes Duncan Robinson. There's a couple of guys that are known to be pylons on that Miami defense, and Duncan Robinson and Tyler Hero. And Jacoby says, I've done my homework.
And Jacoby knows his scouting report. A good penetration to the right hand as RJ exits on the left side of the floor.
9-4. Raptors with the lead. Miami misses, but they get the rebound. Hero drives into the lane, kicks to Adebayo. Scotty peels back, knocks it out of bounds.
That's what I was talking about with Scotty taking up so much ground on the floor, so much real estate. He's not in that play, but uses his wingspan there to get a deflection. And now the Raptors have a chance to set up their offense, set up their defense 5-on-5.
9-4 Raptors. They get a turnover and bring it back the other way. Barrett to the hoop, lays it up and in. Toronto up 11-4. 9 minutes to go, first quarter. First quarter brought to you by Tangerine, official bank of the Toronto Raptors and their fans.
RJ just finds a way to that left hand.
Hero, step back 3, got it near side above the break, left wing.
Got to defend the 3-ball with this Miami team, right? They've already shot 1 for 7. 7 of those have gone up in the first opening 3 minutes of this game.
11-7. Pirtle tries to hit Walter curling into the lane. It's kicked away. So it'll stay with Toronto as they have the 4-point lead working left to right in the front court.
Miami shoots 38.6 threes a game, on pace for the most in franchise history.
And they got an offensive foul called on Toronto. A collision on the near side, right wing. As Barnes came to the ball to catch the pass, Butler tried to go with Barrett and blow it up. And, I mean, Scotty just coming to the ball. That's all he was doing. And Butler ran through him, and now Barnes assessed a technical. Darko wants to review that and says, my guy was just coming to the ball and catching it, and Butler ran through him.
I find Scotty gets himself a number of those. And again, he's matched up, especially with the Raptors going to a bigger lineup, he's matched up with some of the guards, some of the smaller players of the opposing teams. And they're half the time they're just running into him.
Yeah.
Getting penalized for being bigger and stronger.
Let's take a break. 7:23 first quarter, 11-7 Toronto challenge has been enacted by Darko. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Gary, who lies with reckless abandon every time he's invited out on game night, so he doesn't have to miss game night. Sorry, it's mating season for my pet squid. My e-scooter is out of gas. I ate a beanless burrito? My shoulder blade feels dull. I'm traveling to the 16th century? That's how Gary fans. And we're fans of Gary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
Touchdown.
Great catch.
Give me a high five.
5 minutes later.
Interception.
Awesome play.
Give me a high five.
2 hours later.
Eddie, did you order 20 high five specials from 2-for-1 Pizza?
You kept asking for high fives.
I meant... never mind. I'm hungry.
High five. Buy any large traditional pizza and get up to 3 medium one-topping pizzas for just $5 each.
2-for-1 pizza. 2-for-1.
Shopping for fall fashions? Why not wrap yourself in a comfy new Toyota from Maple Toyota? You'll look great in a new Toyota SUV.
What's up, Raptors fans? Thanks for hanging out with us tonight for the Raptors matchup. We really appreciate you being here. Please take a second, hit that like button down below, and share this link out so we can get more basketball fans in here. We have to start matching the Leafs chats. I got my Holy Mackinac sweater on because of Joe Bowen's calls. We need to match that energy from the Leafs nights over here on the Raptors. We'll see you back in the chat. Thank you for hitting that like and sharing it out. Let's bring some more basketball fans in here. Go Raps, go.
On TSN 1050.
Raptors leading 11-7, 7:23 to go first quarter. Darko Rajakovic enacting his challenge. And again, we see it. Scotty really doing nothing but coming to the ball, and Jimmy Butler trying to blow up the play, running through, and then Scotty being assessed a technical.
I can understand Scotty's frustration, right? He's just being penalized for being 6'8", 240, while Jimmy Butler is 6'7", 230,
well,
trying to blow up a screen like you mentioned.
Ball don't lie, as Jimmy Butler missed the free throw. So the challenge not successful. Miami will have the ball on the inbound and bring it front court in the red from right to left. Haywood Highsmith out top. Gets it to Jimmy Butler. Catches, drives into the lane. Goes up, Pirtle contests, but Butler lays it in.
He's so good getting down into the paint and working there. There's 2 defenders on him and Pirtle in front of him, the shot fake and just getting that floater over the top.
11-9, Raptor lead cut to 2. 9 minutes. 6:52 to go. First quarter. And now Raptors will inbound near side after the foul on Highsmith against Pirtle. Barrett up top, gets it to Pirtle in the lane, turns that floater up and in. Jakob with the soft touch. Makes it 13-9 Toronto. I like the start so far, Javon, for Toronto.
Moving the basketball, and guys look locked in.
Butler up top to Adebayo between the rings. Launches a three short, but the rebound comes down, and Miami has it. Raptors not ready. There were no Miami players in the lane trying for the rebound. Butler drive, kick it out, Robinson. Highsmith three near side, no good. Rebound, Pirtle has it knocked away. Finally retrieves it. Here comes Walter. 6-10 first quarter, 13-9. Toronto with the lead. Scotty, three, far side. Got it again, down the bottom of the well. Scotty B's 2 for 2 from distance. 16-9 Toronto by 7. He says to Miami, bet you guys didn't think I could do that. This is what I was working on this summer. Throw away them old scouting reports. Highsmith three near side, good.
A little bit too much help on the drive from Jacoby Walter. Wasn't able to get out to Highsmith in time.
16-12. Raptors see their lead cut to 4 and then go front court and turn it over.
You mentioned Scotty's shooting early, knocking it down 2 for 2 from 3. But how about his defense, right? A number of times I've seen him tonight, and you can see on the right side of the floor where Jimmy gets the majority of his shots. Scotty's doing a good job of getting on his right hip so that he directs him back to the center of the floor to that left hand. But if you look at his shot distribution, Jimmy Butler's shot distribution over the last 5 games, majority of those shots are paint and right side of the floor. Great job by Scotty knowing your scouting report.
16-12. Raptors with the lead, 5.5. First quarter, Miami coming front court in the red, right to left. Butler near side. In the pocket against R.J. Barrett. They clear it out. Butler drives to the middle, stops, floats it up and in. Going to the right, Javon, he knocks it down.
Big time read as well. Seen Pirtle on the backside, retreated. And when Pirtle was backing up, then attacked to the right side.
Raptors turn it over. Back comes Miami. Highsmith drive into the lane. Kicks it to Hero. Tiptoe down the far side. Now to Adebayo. The Raptors saying he was out of bounds. It was right in front of their bench. Instead, Miami misses, gets it back. A three is short. The entire Raptor bench saying the guy's on the line, and Murat Kogut standing right there, ignoring them. Davion Mitchell into the ball game for Jacoby Walter. Gets it to Barrett against Duncan Robinson. Shot clock at 10. RJ tries to get it cross court to Boucher. It's knocked away. It'll stay with Toronto. Kevin Love will check in for Miami. Bam Adebayo sits down. Pelle Larsson checking in. Haywood Highsmith sits down. Larsson, the Swedish youngster out of Arizona. Raptor ball, far side, left wing. They're in the white, coming left to right. Barrett gets it into Boucher. Back to Barrett, and the dribble handoff was sloppily executed. It actually hit RJ
in the head. He was looking for it.
As my Jamaican grandmother would say, lick him pun him head top. Right on the crown of his bean.
You know what? Fortunately for the Raptors, it was a dead ball turnover, so we'll set up their defense.
Javon and I will have to give you a Jamaican anatomy lesson. It's not just the head. There's all parts of it. Head back, head top, forehead, everywhere. Butler drives, no good, baseline coming far side to near side, right to left, and is fouled by Pirtle.
Same thing I mentioned before, Jonesy. Where is Butler getting the basketball? On the right side of the floor and attacking that right hand, or looking to get to his right hand for the finish. This time picks up the foul, draws the foul, and gonna get a chance at 2. He's relentless though, so
he is.
You know, it's extremely tough to get him off of that right side, get him off of that right hand, because he's relentless, but he's also physical. And he does a good job of, on his attacks, getting lower than the defense, below the knees, so there's not much that you can do.
First free throw good by Butler, 16-15. Miami attempting to tie the game. On this play, Terry Rozier in, Duncan Robinson sits down. Second free throw good by Jimmy Butler. We've got a tie game with 4:11 to go, first quarter. In the white, coming left to right. Barrett down the far side. Kicks it into the corner to Boucher. Drives on Larson. Fall away at the free throw line. No good. Rebound. Mobile tracks it down. Gets it to Boucher. Drive. Floated up. No good. Was long. And here comes Jimmy Butler. Front court. Butler on the bounce. Gets it to Hero. Now to Love. Guarded by Mobile. Now to Butler. Near side left wing. Larson trying to hit Butler, and it's kicked by Mobile, so they'll get 14 on the shot clock. 3:35 to go. First quarter, game tied at 16.
Miami's tough to guard. They're not a fast-paced team.
But they move.
And they don't hold the ball. It's like everybody's playing off of a half of a second. If you don't have a shot, if you don't have a pass, you're moving it.
Butler inbound to Love between the rings. Shot clock at 10. Hero guarded by Mitchell. Drives far side into the lane. Now to Butler. Three in the air, no good. Rebound, Boucher. Gets it to RJ Raptors. Haven't scored in a while. They had a 16-9 lead. Barrett drives on Larson. Gets into the lane. Floats it up short. Rebound, Larson. Here comes Miami back the other way. Love gets it to Butler. Drive baseline. Kick it out. Hero open three, no good. Long rebound, Rozier. Out to Kevin Love. His deep three, no good. And Hero walks around Mitchell. Didn't put a body on him. Catches it, lays it in one motion. And Miami on an 11-0 run. Timeout. Toronto, they trail 18-16.
That's the right call because you can't give up two offensive rebounds. Those are effort plays. That one on the last bucket was Davion Mitchell. Looks like he fell asleep on the backside, but also for the Raptors in this opening quarter. 6 turnovers, Jonesy. 6 too many.
Let's take a break. 2:53 first quarter, 18-16 Heat. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Breaking story from Alpine News Network. Sam had aspirations of opening a clothing boutique. She called Alpine Credits and was sent a speedy superhero to help with a business loan. Super speed doesn't translate to radio, but when our hero runs, she sounds like this. If you ran at the speed of light, you'd sound funny too. Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Just for license 12616.
How do you, Subway holiday lover?
I'm dreaming of a turkey sub.
Well, hold on to your chestnuts for Subway's new festive faves meal. A 6-inch turkey sub with cranberry Dijon, crispy potato rings, and 2 red velvet cookies.
Ooh, jingle my bells.
No thank you, but all this delicious and fixins for just $8.99.
Yum. Maybe some sugar plums.
No idea what that is. The new festive faves meal. A merry $8.99. Only at Subway. At participating Canadian restaurants. Extras additional. Terms and conditions apply.
By the fireplace.
Discover more value this holiday at Loblaws. Until December 1st, save 43% on family-sized bone-in strip loin steaks only.
Hey you. Yeah, you. The basketball fan that's hanging out with us during the Raptors game tonight, thank you for hanging out with us. Please, if I got your attention, please help us grow this awesome community of Toronto sports fans that we have here. We're on our way to 100K to go get that plaque, baby. That's what we're doing. Thank you for hanging out with us every single Toronto Raptors game, and we're live for every single Toronto sports game, plus the playoffs. So hopefully the Raptors will make the playoffs, or they're going to tank for Flagg. I don't know. We'll find out through the season, but thank you for being here and hitting that subscribe button and turn on that bell. And if you are already part of the club, thank you for joining us on this ride so far. We'll see you back in the chat. Let's go, Raptors!
Has sputtered, been in stall mode. They're still shooting 58% at 7 of 12, but Javon, you pointed out, the 6 turnovers. Miami has 21 shots at the hoop, even though they're 7 of 21, 33%.
Yeah, the danger is that if Toronto continues turning the basketball over, at some point, law of averages, right? Miami's going to start knocking down shots because they're not going to stop taking them. Like you mentioned, already 15 threes, only 2 for 15. But if they continue to take them, and you continue to turn it over at this rate, you're going to be in some problems.
Raptors 2 of 3 from distance, but like we said, the turnovers have already given Miami 9 more shots than Toronto. And that's a key stat. Back in the Nick Nurse days, Toronto always had more possessions, more shots.
Win the possession battle.
Yep, and field goal attempted per game. Miami 17th, only 88. They got 21 now. We're not through the first quarter. Jamison battled into the ball game for Toronto. His first 3, no good, but the rebound put back up and in by Scotty Barnes.
Good offense, good set. You get a good shot. Guys are in rebounding position, and Scotty gets a tip in.
Raptors tie the game at 18, 2.5 to go. First quarter. Butler gets it to Hero. Drives right. Picks up his dribble. Hits Larson. His 3, no good. Far side. Rebound Boucher. Outlet Mobo up the middle of the court. Gets it to Barnes. Scotty handle it like a hot potato. Now to Boucher. Above the arc. Far side. Left wing. Has it knocked away by Kevin Love. Yet another turnover by Toronto. Here comes Hero. Lay it up. No good. Rebound Barnes. Here comes Boucher on the run. Drives. Finds Mobo. And they got the offensive foul on Boucher. You could see Kevin Love setting up for that one from Brickell Avenue.
Yeah, Chris got to make a better decision, but I also, I think the officials could have left that as a no call because Love was already on his way down on his backside before Chris had even made any contact. Both of those guys anticipated what was going to happen.
I would say somewhere John Beeline saying you got to play off 2 feet, baby.
Play off 2.
Where's the jump stop?
Gotta be.
Where's the jump stop? I go back 30 years ago, Mighty Mouse. I'd love to know how many charges he had because as a little guy, he always played off 2 feet. That jump stop was money. Kevin Love, step back, long 2, good. Had his right toe on the line. Miami up 2018. 97 seconds to go, first quarter. Mitchell, far side, left wing. Drives into the lane, kicks it out to Barnes. Scotty deep 3, no good. Rebound, Mobo. Drives on Hawkes. Gets into the lane, kicks it out. Boucher 3, short. Gets the rebound back to Mobo. And the foul on a reaching Terry Rozier. Going for the steal, missing, but getting a lot of the body of Mobo.
Gary Terry was already thinking about the 2 in transition. Risky pass by Chris Boucher. Mobo wasn't really ready for it, but a good job there, just standing in front of Terry Rozier so he could pick up the foul, draw the foul.
2018 Miami, 1:14, first quarter. Mobo takes the inbound out near center, gets it to Barnes. Far side, left wing, against Jaime Hawkes. Gets a screen from Mobo. Now finds Mobo. Floats it up, no good. Boucher can't get the rebound. Ball on the ground. Hawkes comes away for Miami. Finds Love. On the run to Rozier. Straight away against Barnes. Rozier handoff to Hawkes, and they got an offensive foul on Rozier. He's got his palms to the sky, elbows bent. Scotty Barnes is saying, I know how that works.
Well,
Same play.
Well, what ends up happening there is Terry Rozier is making the handoff. But as he's making the handoff, he's still in motion, he's still in movement, and doesn't stop and set a solid screen. So right away, the officials, you make contact, that's a moving screen.
Front court, Toronto looking to tie. Mobo, corner 3 for the lead. Got it in the bottom of the well. Mobo
All right now.
21-20.
Mobo 3 for 10 coming into this game from the 3-point line.
Raptors with a 1-point lead, 20 seconds, first quarter. Rozier up top on the drive. Step back jumper short. Rebound Boucher. Good contest by Mobo. 12 seconds, first quarter. Raptors going to play for the last look. Barnes straight away between the rings. Game clock at 5. He's got to go. Works left. Cross court. Mobo catch and shoot. No good. But the Raptors lead it by 1 in spite of 8 turnovers in the first quarter. They lead 21-20 after the first lap. Let's take a break. Second quarter. When we come back, you're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network.
As fall approaches and birds head south, a different kind of bird emerges, the Subaru. While migratory flocks seek warmth, Subaru's symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive keeps drivers soaring through the wild. During the migrating season, Subaru's hunger for adventure grows exponentially, driving the intrigued radio listeners to fall for Subaru at their local Subaru dealerships, experiencing an adventure of their own. So migrate to your local Subaru dealership to book a test drive today.
What the flock? Excuse me? What the flock? These wings are amazing.
What the flock? I mean, what are you talking about?
What the flock wings? Try one.
These are delicious. I bet the kids will love them.
Yeah, but maybe we should call them WTF wings in front of the kids?
Seriously?
Oh, yep. Now I'm hearing it.
Get the What the Flock family combo. 20 wings, garlic bread, large potato wedges, 4 cans of pop, served with celery, carrots, and 2 dips for just $46.99. Order now on Uber Eats or skip the dishes. Or visit WTFlockwings.com.
This is the sound of an exciting Black Friday sale. And this is the sound of an exciting Black Friday sale at Sleep Country. Black Friday just isn't the same at Sleep Country, except for the best deals on the best brands. Right now, get up to 30% off almost everything, including sheets, duvets, and more. Plus, get any size of purple sheet sets and Silk & Snow relaxed linen sheets for the price of a twin. Don't miss out. The Black Friday event is on now at Sleep Country. Restrictions apply.
Making your lousy commute fun. Overdrive with Hayes Noodles and the O-Dog every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
Second quarter about to start. Raptors leading 21-20. They did a good job kind of surviving all their turnovers, Javon, and hanging on to this lead after the first lap of the track.
Yeah, it helped.
We the North, stand up and let us know where you're watching from in the chat. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Where are you at in this crazy planet of ours? Are you in Canada representing We the North? Are you down south in the USA? Are you over across seas in Asia or in Europe? Thank you so much for being here. Now let's get back to the basketball. Let's get a win tonight, boys. 2 in a row. And I know that I'm not going to be able to use this video very long because they're probably going to lose again soon to get back on the tank for Flagg. But we'll see. Go Raps, go! Let's make some noise in the chat. And cheers to all of you from wherever you're watching from.
To the lane and lays it in and is fouled. Shed with a quizzical look on his face as he takes the foul. And that's going to send the UCLA man to the line. Shed looked like he had his hand on the orange.
You know what happens there? That he's built up this reputation now for swiping late on fouls, and sometimes officials just start to call your habits.
23-21, the old-time three-point play gives Miami a 2-point lead. Front court, Battle, kicks it up top to Barnes. Scotty drive, Larson with a flop, not called, no foul called. Scotty drives again, Larson grabs him around the waist this time and has the temerity to look at the ref with his palms facing him saying, where's the foul? Man, I wish some of the girls in high school would grab me around the waist like that. 23-21, Raptors down 2. Ball inbounded to Barnes. They get it to Mobile, now to Shed. Miami in the zone. Shed in the middle to Mobile. Floats it up off glass, doesn't get the roll. Knocked out of bounds, it'll stay with Toronto. I like the attack on the zone that time.
Yeah, right away, don't complicate it, right? You see Miami's in a 2-3 zone, find the open gaps, get the basketball there, and get a good, quick look. Mobile probably rushed that shot just a bit too much and realized how open he was with that left hand. But we heard Coach Darko talk about it earlier. Don't overthink it.
Battle, shot fake, step back 3 in the bottom of the well. Battle knocks it down. Raptors go up 24-23.
Some guys are shot takers and other guys are shot makers. You can tell which one Battle is.
Hawkes drives, bounces off Barnes, lays it in. Miami up 25-24. 10:49 first half. Scotty 3 up top, got it in the bottom of the well. Far side left wing on a great kick out diagonal from baseline right to high left opposite side. Boucher with the assist. Toronto up 27-25.
Faster Toronto gets the ball up the floor, the tougher it is for Miami to set up their defense.
Rozier shot back rim and up over the basket. So the Raptors have a 2-point lead as they will bring it front court, left to right in the white uniforms, 27-25, 10-25 first half. Second quarter action brought to you by Alpine Credits. Do you own your home and need a loan? Alpine Credits can help. Get approved at alpinecredits.ca. Raptors by 2 in the front court. 3 ball, no good. Jacoby Walter rebound. Here comes Miami. Alec Burks gets it to Larson. His pass knocked away by Mobo. And Mobo says, I was trying to get the ball, but Adebayo grabbed my arm. Raptors will stay on defense. Rozier. Inbound to Hawkes, knocked away by Battle and stolen. Here comes Toronto. Battle to Barnes. Into the corner. Burks peeling back, had his hands up and knocked it away and runs into the front row. We get a quick look at the front row. It looked like one-time Miami Heat player Jamal Mashburn. Monster Mash sitting in the expensive seats. Mobo inside. Kick it out to Barnes. Into the corner, Jacoby Walter, far side left wing. To Scotty up top, between the circles. Underneath to Mobo for a wicked two-hand crammer. Raptors up 29-25. What a pass by Barnes. Rozier into the corner. Hawkes 3 contested, no good. Rebound Adebayo. Kick out Burks, his 3 no good. Scotty Barnes with the rebound. Here come the Raptors front court. Barnes gets it to Battle. Back to Barnes. Deep 3 straight away, no good. Here comes Burks. 9-11 first half, 29-25 Toronto. Shed bellies up on Burks. They get it to Adebayo between the rings. Works over to the far side right wing. Dribble handoff Rozier. Shot clock at 8. Burks corner 3 well short.
That was good defense. And our listeners can't really see, but Toronto has Miami running their offense about 30 feet out. 4 or 5 feet off of the three-point line.
Mobo underneath, fouled by Adebayo. He bumped knees with him, and Scotty went right back to the same pass because Mobo was being guarded by Rozier.
Well, Scotty's been really looking for him, right? Remember when the first 3 he hit in the corner before the end of the first quarter, and Scotty went right back to Mobo at the end of the quarter to give him the last shot in the corner.
(29-25), Raptors by 4. 8:44 to go until halftime. As Toronto will get a sub. Pirtle comes in as Mobo limps out. I don't like seeing that.
I don't at all. And I don't like seeing that, especially when guys are playing well and they're right on the brink of getting some rhythm.
Battle. Great find to Jacoby Walter. Battle came down the right side near wing between the lane line and the sideline, and then hit Jacoby Walter on the far side on the block, who laid it in. Adebayo drive, knocked out of bounds by Pirtle. Raptors with a 6-point lead, 31-25, their biggest lead of the game.
Adebayo's he's been quiet.
Yeah.
I forgot he was out there. 11 minutes played, only 2 points, 2 rebounds, but no real presence.
Rozier against Pirtle. Drive, stop, got to kick it out. Larson to Rozier. Shot fake. Now finds Burks. Runs into Shed. Oh, they call a block.
That's terrible.
Referees blew the whistle, looked at each other. Shed took it in the chest and then reached, and they called the second one. Darko, we get a look at Darko saying, both of you guys looking at each other, and neither of you wanted to make the call, and of course, we get the short end of the stick.
So my question there is, you have 2 officials, right? One blew their whistle, or both may have blown their whistle. Both of them are looking at each other. That means they didn't know what they blew it for.
Yeah.
Right, somebody's got to make a call.
Blow the whistle, make your call, even if it's wrong. Throw your flag, brother. I don't, and then we'll talk
if you
about
have blown
it.
your whistle, that means you have a call ready. It was something that you've seen. So the fact that both of you guys are standing there looking at each other, and then you just opt for the one that's going to cause the least amount of conflict in the arena.
31-27. Couple of free throws good by Alec Burks. Raptors front court in the white, 4-point lead, 8-10. Underneath, they go to Jamison Battle, who's fouled by Larson again. Great cutting off the ball. He came from the near corner, used the screen, got to the far block on the left side, and he had somebody jump on his back as he was about to lay it in.
He's reading how the defense is playing him, right? Now everybody's running him off the three-point line. He's coming off a game where he shot the basketball exceptionally well. Okay, so they're overplaying him, they're trailing him, lock and trail. He's doing a good job of cutting to the basket, and now he gets, a look under the rim and draws a foul.
Free throw good by Jamison Battle. Rookie out of Ohio State, although that was his third school on the stop. He was at Minnesota. He's a Minnesota kid, and he's having quite a rookie season for Toronto. Fourth amongst rookies in three-point shots made this year with 26. Miami back. The three ball goes down for the Heat. Larson knocks it out, 33-30 Toronto. Shed to Barrett, his three far side, no good. Rebound Adebayo. Quiet night for RJ so far with only 4 points. Bam drives, lays it in, and is fouled, and Miami has a chance for an old-time three-point play to tie the game. Pirtle takes the foul as Adebayo took him off the bounce about the top of the lane. Bam on the line, a 72% free throw shooter, misses it. Rebound to Jacoby Walter. Comes Toronto front court. Shed into the lane, kick out Jacoby Walter. Underneath the Pirtle, lays it up and in, and is fouled by Rozier. Raptors really working the paint well, Javon. 18 of their 35 in the paint, and Pirtle standing at the line.
Kobe showing you a bit of his bag as well, right? Initiated the offense, moved the basketball, came back to him, and sees that Pirtle has the matchup against a smaller defender and zips that thing right inside there. So the recognition, showing you his ball handling, showing you a bit of unselfishness and patience, like what you're seeing from the young fella. 2 games in a row now.
35-32. Pirtle's second free throw goes down. Raptors up 4. 7:15 first half. We'll hear from Jim Taddy, Warren Ward, and Josh Lewinberg at halftime. Behind the glass, Owen Hall, Cameron Moore. And Miami uses the glass there. Jaquez inside, banks it home. 2-point lead for Toronto, 36-34. Pirtle has it stolen by Butler. As Miami wanting a transition take foul. And the Raptors saying, what about the rake taking the ball from Pirtle from behind? So we'll take a break. Timeout on the floor. 6:54 first half, 36-34. Raptors with the lead. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Whatever the weather, CMC Markets is here to help. Planning for a rainy day? Enjoy $0 commission on U.S. and Canadian share CFDs. Riding out the storm? Get ahead of the curve with lightning-fast execution speeds. Blue skies ahead? Go with the trusted broker backed by over 30 years experience. Switch to CMC Markets and join over 275,000 global traders. Learn more at cmcmarkets.ca. FX spreads apply. CFDs involve a high degree of risk. Member Canadian Investor Protection Fund. Umbrella not included.
Boston Pizza lives for the big moments. Whether the season is just starting or coming to an epic end, from nerve-wracking ninth innings to OT winners, playoff buzzer beaters to Hail Mary miracles, BP is the best place to watch the game if you can't be at the game. Great food, ice-cold Sub-Zero Coors Light, and friends. And the best part, season seats are free. Grab your crew and cheer on the good guys at Canada's favorite sports bar, Boston Pizza. Gather round. Must be legal drinking age. Please drink responsibly.
I'm outside a Bell store. People are raving about the Bell Black Friday event. Excuse me, ma'am.
Hi.
Sounds like you got a great deal.
Sure did.
Amazing. How do you feel now?
I'm high-fiving everyone.
All right then, up top.
Yes.
Well, there you have it. High fives for everyone.
It's the Bell Black Friday event. Time to get on Canada's fastest and most reliable 5G network and get over $850 off amazing phones. Visit a Bell store or bell.ca/Black Friday for details. Bell. Black Friday just got better.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows on your smart speaker. Simply tell your smart speaker to listen to TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
6:54 until halftime. Raptors lead Miami 36-34 as they try to come home with a 2-2 road trip and say to Miami, we got this one at your place. Come and see if you can get one at our place. 6 o'clock Sunday, these two teams will go at it again at Scotiabank Arena. Raptors leading it right now by a deuce.
Therefore, it's a clear path foul. Jimmy Butler will shoot 2 shots.
They're going to call a clear path foul. How can it be clear path?
24 seconds.
Shed was even with him, and he was on the other side of center. I'm going to have to get on the official rule book again and read it. I mean, so Butler will get 2 shots, and Miami will get the ball back. I'm not sure how it was clear path as Shed was even with him, albeit on the other side. Darko just had a look at the iPad behind the bench and comes out looking like the statue of touchdown Jesus at Notre Dame's football field. Arms up, 45 degrees, out at an angle like, what are we doing here? Miami ball, 36 all. They have it front court. Butler up top, guarded by Barrett. Works back to the right. Gets into the lane, lays it up, no good. Rebound Toronto. Here comes RJ on the run. Finds Shed underneath the Pirtle. Tipped away by Adebayo. Raptors have done a better job. I mean, it's not hard. They only have 2 turnovers this quarter. They had 7 in the first.
Yep.
They'll inbound baseline left, far side. In the white, they move left to right. Barrett underneath, spins on Butler and lays it in. Great post up by RJ, using the caboose to get position, and Shed put the ball in the right spot.
Big time post, but what happens is Battle's coming out on the left side, and Hero jumps out just to make sure that he doesn't get an open look at 3. And RJ's right under the basket, sealing his defender.
38-36 Toronto. Larson down the lane, lay it up, no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds. Pirtle can't squeeze it. It'll be Miami basketball. 6:07 first half. Raptors still shooting 51%. Miami shooting 35%. Miami, one of the, almost a top 10, 11th, holding teams to only 45.7%. Raptors taking advantage now. Hero to Adebayo. Back to Hero. Drives. Floats it up, banks it in. Far side, second marker, right wing. On the lane, 38 apiece. Back comes Scotty into the lane. They kick it to Barrett. RJ on the bounce to Pirtle. Gets a dribble handoff. Kicks it out to Shed. Back to Barrett. RJ against Bam. Inside to Pirtle. Posted up on Butler. They bang Jakob like they're playing whack-a-mole at a carnival, and he's going to get, they're going to call it on the ground. I was going to say, about to say he's going to get 2 free throws. Well, they are going to give him 2 free throws.
We got to look on the monitor. He catches that basketball and uses his backside to clear space. Doesn't really use, he's not using the elbows, not using the upper body, but a good job catching. Just really bumping the defense with them hips.
Misses the first free throw. Raptors leading, game tied at 38, looking for the lead on this second free throw from Jakob Poeltl. It's up and down for Jak. And Miami tries a quick outlet, the home run pass for Jimmy Butler, but the inbounder did not get all the way out of bounds. Kevin Love had a foot on the line as he's looking up at the replay board. Referees on it, and Toronto going to get the benefit of a baseline inbound. They've got a 1-point lead, 39-38, 5:30 to go, first half. Barrett takes the inbound in the corner against Butler. Far side to Shed. On Hero. Up top, Abaji drives. Gets down to the baseline. Kick it up to Barrett. Shot clock at 10. RJ drive, bounces off bodies. Takes the contact, lays it in. RJ waking up. He's got 8. The Raptors lead 41-38. Butler in the lane. Lays it up and in. Screen and roll. There was no help. Butler laid it home. Shed back for Toronto. Gets it to Abaji, to Poeltl. Holding at the elbow. Dribble handoff to Shed. Now to Barrett. 3, far side. Bang in the bottom of the well. Bang, bang for RJ Barrett. Raptors go up 44-40. Barrett's got 11.
And right there, he goes inside first, and then you get the outside game.
Raptors get the steal. Barnes lays it in.
Showtime.
Little Showtime double putt with a soft dunk. Raptors go up 46-40, and as he is known to do, Eric Spoelstra doesn't call timeout. He just walks himself out onto the floor.
Walks out, and it started with Shed. The possession before this dunk by Scotty. In the ball screen, attracting 2. And then now the rest of your team is playing 4-on-3. RJ gets the open look.
Raptors leading at 46-40. 4:34 to go. First half, we'll take a break. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Getting my Honda CR-V has opened the door to adventure with Econ Mode to maximize fuel efficiency and free to explore. And with tons of cargo space, it's easy to pack for getaways. My dog, camping gear. It's like I've discovered a wild, adventurous side of me. Whoop. Alice is excited too.
Lease the CR-V LX two-wheel drive for $99 weekly at 2.99% APR for 28 months with $2,000 down. Offer includes $1,500 lease bonus. OAC conditions.
Hey Raptors fans, thank you so much for being a part of this awesome community here on TSI while we hang out live every single Toronto Raptors game and listen to our guys, whether they're winning or losing. We've been doing a lot of losing as of late, but I just wanted to stop this stream and I added this to background here. Is there anybody out in the chat that has been to a Raptors game at Maple Leaf Gardens? I know they only played a few there. It wasn't a ton of games. I never made it to MLG for a Raptors game or a Huskies game back in the day. But if anybody in the chat has been there, please let us know. That is so cool. And thank you for being here and help support our channel and our partnership with SickKids Hospital in Toronto. We did big things with the Create 100K campaign. We're on to even bigger things again real soon during hockey season and a little bit later in basketball season. Go Raptors, go. Thank you for being here. Cheers. We'll see you in the chat.
And steaks only $7.88 a pound. And get a 10-pound bag of Farmer's Market yellow potatoes for $1.79 each. Conditions apply. See flyer for details.
First up with Korolnik and Koliakovo. Weekday morning 6 till 10 on TSN 1050.
You ain't first, you're last.
4:34 first half, 46-40 Toronto. I think about the road trip, Javon. They were right there against Detroit. They were good for 3 quarters against Cleveland. Donovan Mitchell went crazy in the fourth quarter, but it's been a good road trip for Toronto. Man, wouldn't a win be nice here to cap it off coming home on Sunday?
Coming home on a feel-good win. Have 2 in the back pocket on the road, and not only just wins, but playing good basketball, right? And, you know, you look at all those games you mentioned, Raptors been in so many close games, been overtimes. They've seen so much in this opening 19 games of the season. And they've been undermanned.
Yeah.
Right? So still give them credit for the team that's going out there and maximizing what they have on the floor every night.
Well, they lead by 6 right now, 46-40 with 4:20 to go. First half, Miami front court in the red, coming right to left with the ball. Butler kicks it to Duncan Robinson. Goes to the hoop, floats it up and in. They ran him off the line, but nobody protected the score. And he got in for a free purchase.
Tough to defend, gets the handoff. A little toss behind, pitch behind from Jimmy Butler. Just wasn't able to catch up and get in front of Duncan Robinson fast enough.
I'm not sure what league Pelle Larsson plays in, but he just tripped Scotty Barnes as Barnes went up the left side in front of the Heat bench. And again, he looked at the ref like he didn't do anything wrong. I mean, you know, did they? You're a Michigan guy. Did they not teach what a foul is at Arizona? Isn't that a second-year course?
Oh boy.
Free throw good by Scotty, 47-42. Well, I don't know if they're going to teach it at Arizona, but they just pulled him off, and he's sitting beside assistant coach Caron Butler right now, Pelle Larsson. 2 free throws good for Scotty, 48-42. He's got 15. Toronto with a 6-point lead. Robinson to Butler in the corner. Kick out top. Robinson 3. Got it. Jacoby Walter. Not quite close enough. Miami cuts the lead in half, 48-45. Barrett on Highsmith. Into Jacoby Walter. Can't handle it. In the lane, turned over. Here comes Miami. Kevin Love, open 3 up top. Good. We're tied at 48. All it takes is a couple of slack possessions. And you give up 2 threes, and this game is tied at 48.
Something you and I always talk about, a 10-point lead, a 15-point lead in modern-day NBA is equivalent to 5 points, 6 points in the 90s, right? These guys shoot the basketball, the 3-ball at such a high clip. You can cut leads in, a minute span. 23 3-point attempts for Miami today.
So the Raptors see their 48-42 6-point lead disappear in 2 possessions. And now Darko will construct something coming out of the timeout. Raptors still shooting it well, but Miami's percentage starting to creep up. Take away the turnovers. Raptors have given up 13 points off 10 turnovers, although they have taken advantage, scoring 9 points off 4 Miami turnovers. You just can't be slack with the ball, though. You've got to look after it. Treat it like new money. Keep your eye on it. Raptors in the white, and they were becoming left to right. Game tied at 48. Starters on the floor for Toronto: Abaji, Barrett, Pirtle, Barnes, and Jacoby Walter. Barnes, far side left wing to Barrett between the circles. Gets it to Abaji, near side. Back up top to Barrett. Finds Pirtle in the short roll. The floater up and in. And again, that thing is soft as church music. Gets it up on the rim, and it just, as a magnet, like a sewer, sucking it into the bottom of the well.
58% from the floor for him on the season. Puts it up there, and a real good chance it's going in.
50-48 Toronto. Kevin Love, shot fake. Gets it to Duncan Robinson. Jacoby Walter makes him pick it up. And great job by Walter. Shot clock violation as Robinson had to force a 3. And you know what? Just to rub it in, Jacoby blocked a part of the shot.
And what was impressive, he got over the screen, right? Duncan Robinson picked up the basketball. The clock was winding down 2 seconds. He stayed vertical, stayed disciplined.
Abaji 3 in the bottom of the well, near side above the break. Right wing. The Raptors up 53-48. Pirtle gets the assist. Love on the bounce. Gets it to Butler in the lane. Kick out. Haywood Highsmith 3 good. Set the feet, knocked it down. Miami 6 of 25 from distance. Barrett back for Toronto. To Pirtle. Tries to get it to Abaji. Knocked away by Highsmith. Tough pass, tough look. Highsmith running the other way, and Abaji chases him like a DB, closes and knocks it out of bounds.
Abaji knew it, right? His recovery on that play, getting back, getting a tip on it, is a byproduct of, Pirtle looking for him under the basket. He didn't cut hard enough to get ahead of Highsmith. Right away, he knew he got on his high horses and made this thing a track meet to get ahead of the offense.
53-51. In the lane, Hero puts it up, no good. Here comes Abaji. Front court, stutter dribble, all the way to the hoop, lay it up, no good. Tipped up and in though by Jakob Pirtle. Got to the hoop, Abaji. Bam had to come over, turned Jakob free on the offensive glass. Raptors by 4, 55-51. Bam drives far side. Lays it up and in. Raptor lead cut to 2. Front court come the Raptors. Jacoby Walter, top of the key jumper,
that's
good.
Nice. That is nice. He walked up the court. He's initiating the offense, gets that ball screen on the left side of the floor, and just waltzed into that mid-range jumper.
57-53 Toronto. Minute 10 to go. First half. Robinson drives, lefty layup. Wow, got the roll. Took a lap around, hit the backboard, and went back down. 57-55 Toronto, 1 minute first half. Barrett on the bounce. Gets it to Abaji. Back to Barrett. Drives, gets into the lane, lays it up and in. RJ takes Jimmy Butler for a ride. 13 for Barrett. Raptors up 59-55. Adebayo drives on Pirtle into the lane. Kicks to the corner. Butler 3 good. 59-58, the Raptor lead 1 with 30 seconds to go in the half. Barnes up top, guarded by Butler. Scotty directing traffic. Shot clock at 8, game clock at 18. Drives into the lane, finds Pirtle who lays it in.
Nice.
Scotty with a bolt. 61-58, Raptors by 3. Butler front court. On the dribble against Barnes. Gets into the lane. Kicks it into the corner. Jacoby Walter stayed home that time and knocked it out of bounds. So 1.8 to go in the half. And the Raptors have a 3-point lead. Jonathan Mobo. That knee must be okay. He's coming in for the last 1.8. And he will replace Pirtle. Pirtle checks out with 2 fouls. Inbound, Butler to Robinson. Catch and shoot 3, no good. And the Raptors have the 61-58 3-point lead at recess. Other than the turnovers, Javon, and they were better in the second quarter with only 4. But 11. They've done a good job shooting 62%, 61 points. They've got the lead.
Well, they shot the basketball well, but here's the other number that stands out to me. The 20 assists on 24 made field goals. And the last play to me was important, right? The Scotty's leadership. We get some action on the left side of the floor. He's directing traffic, just knowing he's using that as a decoy, gets downhill and zips the ball to Yak under the basket. Now Yak is just him in the basket there. Assist, bucket, and a great job, everybody being involved. But to your point, shooting the basketball well from 3 from the floor and moving it.
So the Raptors have the lead at recess. Halftime, Jim Taddy, Warren Ward, Josh Lewenberg up next, 61-58 Toronto. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network.
Touchdown. Great catch. Give me a high five. 5 minutes later. Interception. Awesome play. Give me a high five. 2 hours later.
Eddie, did you order 20 high five specials from 2-for-1 Pizza?
You kept asking for high fives.
I meant... never mind. I'm hungry.
High five. Buy any large traditional pizza and get up to 3 medium one-topping pizzas for just $5 each.
I like Christmas shopping.
Needs to hear gift ideas.
I have so many to buy for.
And the best bargains.
I shop local.
Who's nearby?
It's hectic, but it's fun.
And what their hours are.
I try not to leave it till the last minute.
Daily reminders.
But Christmas Eve, I'm always shopping for someone.
Last minute ideas.
I listen to the radio even more this time of year.
Holiday traditions. Be where anyone who needs you can meet you. Be on the radio. Your customers are already here.
As fall approaches and birds head south, a different kind of bird emerges, the Subaru. While migratory flocks seek warmth, Subaru's symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive keeps drivers soaring through the wild. During the migrating season, Subaru's hunger for adventure grows exponentially, driving the intrigued radio listeners to fall for Subaru at their local Subaru dealerships, experiencing an adventure of their own. So migrate to your local Subaru dealership to book a test drive today.
Hey, it's Brian Hayes, and I have a confession to make. I skipped the gym a lot over the summer months, but thanks to the judgment-free zone at Planet Fitness, I'm back in my routine and feeling better than ever. Planet Fitness offers a variety of high-quality, brand-name cardio and strength equipment, and get this, a membership will only cost you $15 a month. That's right, $15 a month. So visit planetfitness.ca today or pop into a gym near you and get back into your routine at Planet Fitness.
Discover more value this holiday at Loblaws. Until December 1st, save 43% on family-sized bone-in strip loin steaks, only $7.88 a pound. And get a 10-pound bag of Farmer's Market yellow potatoes for $1.79 each. Conditions apply. See flyer for details.
Need to send money in another currency? With Wise, you can send money internationally without hidden fees. From dollars to dong, pounds to pesos, euros to yen, you could save up to 3 times compared to major banks. Send money with Wise in more than 40 currencies without getting ripped off. See how much you could save. Download the Wise app today. Wise, the app for doing things in other currencies. Terms and conditions apply.
Canadians accused in a strange California murder plot. This is Heather Butts. Tonight on CTV National News, how a virtual connection turned obsession led to a triple stabbing. Full details tonight at 11 and at ctvnews.ca.
Tangerine Raptors basketball is on TSN 1050. The Raptors live here.
Front court, Toronto looking to tie. Mobo, corner 3 for the lead. Got it in the bottom of the well. Mobo coming
right now.
Raptors lead at 61-58. Welcome to Raptors at the half. Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050. Jim Taddy, Warren Ward, and Josh Lewenberg with you. And this was a slow developing game, but in the second quarter, Josh, both teams went at each other, didn't they?
They did, Jim, and we talked about this before the game. Is like the best way to beat any kind of team that's going to throw unique defensive pressure at you. A few things you need to do. You need to move the ball, and obviously the Raptors are doing that. 20 assists on 24 buckets. You need to shoot the ball well, and the Raptors are doing that as well, 7 for 15 from beyond the arc. The third thing is you need to be patient, and you need to take care of the ball, and that's the one area where the Raptors you can't check off that box right now. 11 turnovers, including 8 in the first quarter, so they did clean things up a little bit in the second quarter, but obviously taking care of the ball is the biggest thing right now for the Raps, and probably the only reason why Miami is in it right now, because the other side of things, they've really struggled to shoot the ball. Kind of makes you nervous because there are at least a couple of really good shooters on that Miami team. Duncan Robinson, 1 for 8 from beyond the arc in the first half. Tyler Hero, 1 for 4 from beyond the arc. A lot of those really good looks. So imagine that at some point some of those shots are going to start to fall. Raptors playing with fire a little bit, especially if they continue to turn the ball over like this. But I like a lot of what I'm seeing, especially defensively in terms of the energy and the intensity they're bringing on that end of the floor.
Yeah, the Heat are 7-27 from the outside, shooting 25.9% defensively. So, Warren, let's go to late in the second quarter. It's 48-42 for the Raptors. Spoelstra a timeout. Suddenly it's 48-48. And then Darko timeout, and suddenly it's 61-58. I mean, there's a real chess match going on there, isn't there?
Well, I mean, the defensive intensity on both sides has been good. I think the Raptors, there's a possession where Duncan Robinson ended up with the basketball, shot a three. It was a shot clock violation. So both teams, well, in particular, the Raptors really getting after it on that end of the floor. And, Josh is spot on. I mean, Miami shot the ball poorly, but, they're still in the game. Toronto, I thought, controlled the pace. There's not much transition basketball going on. I think both teams maybe have 4 or 3 points in that area, so not much at all. It's becoming a very half-court, grinded-out game, and right now that's favoring Toronto. I think besides the turnovers, they're shooting the ball well. They're sharing the basketball, and that's what you want, especially on the road. And I think Toronto has shown that they have the dynamic ability to go ahead and do that, and they're doing this by just rotating bodies, and they're not at full strength yet. So I'm looking at the upside of saying, you can hold a Miami team to 44% from the field, 25 from three, and we all know missing and making is a part of the league, but sometimes it is really good defense that makes players miss. And from what I'm seeing right now, regardless of whether they're good looks or not, Toronto is defending well, and I think that's why they have this lead right now.
Josh, one of the great things about the Raptors is a positive at 5-14 is the roster evolves in front of your eye. And so in the second quarter, early stages up, Barnes is on the floor with Walter, Mobo, Battle, and Shed. Those are 4 rookies, and they look good, didn't they?
Yeah, that was sort of what turned things around a little bit, because it was a very slow start for both teams. I mean, the Raptors were shooting the ball well, even early, but yeah, turnovers were an issue. It was a low-scoring first quarter, but I really liked the impact that some of those second-unit guys had. The rookies, as you mentioned, Mobo came in, did hurt his knee towards the end of his stint there and went to the locker room, so we'll see. Hopefully he's able to come out and play in the second half, but I really liked how he played. A lot of energy as usual, crashing the offensive glass. Also hit a corner three, and that's a trend that we've noticed recently. He's shooting more of them and he's knocking down more of them. Jamison Battle was really good in his 10 minutes off the bench. But what you love is, like, the Raptors' best players played like their best players in the first half. Combined, RJ Barrett, Jakob Poeltl, Scotty Barnes, they were responsible for 49 of the 61 first half points, either by scoring or assisting. They shot 17 for 24, and that included 13 for 14 in the paint. That's really impressive, and I'll go ahead and note that because, as we talked about before the game, like Miami's defense, whether they're in the zone or not, they're really tough at preventing you from getting into the paint and to the rim. Bam Adebayo, as we know, really tough around the rim. The Raptors are showing no fear. I mean, specifically RJ Barrett. We know how good he is around the paint, but he is showing no fear. I believe he's 5 for 5 at the rim, hasn't missed a shot, 5 for 6 in the paint. Jakob Poeltl, that's a nice story as well, because we know his offense has come down a little bit since Scotty Barnes got back, but 6 for 6, hasn't missed a shot. He has 14 points. So a lot of, I would say, balanced contribution around the roster.
Well said. I was going to deal with Barrett, Poeltl, and Barnes, but Josh, you wrapped that up nicely. So, Warren, let's go to the other side of the court. Butler's got 13 points, and he's always a factor. How do they keep him in check?
It's hard, man. He's a good player, and he's very crafty. He uses a lot of shot faking, to get defenders up in the air. I don't know if you're going to necessarily stop Jimmy Butler from scoring. I think he's been just he's a perennial professional, and he knows how to score. So I wouldn't focus so much on that. I wouldn't say let him score. Just make it challenging. You want to go ahead and maybe take away some of his, airspace, maybe make it more challenging for him to get to the rim. What you can do, though, is focus on the other players, Duncan Robinson, and continue to have him struggle by making him work hard to get any sort of open shot, because that's what he's looking to do. Tyler Hero as well. Take him away, and if you let it be maybe a 1 or 2 man game, you give yourself more of a chance to win, because focusing on Jimmy Butler, yeah, like I said, you can make things difficult, but good offense will always beat good defense. I would focus more on how to limit everyone else's effectiveness. And like I said, I think the Raptors will have a good chance of winning if they do that.
Guys, looking forward to the postgame chat. Thanks very much. The Raptors first half stat is brought to you by your Ontario Subaru dealers. Get more value out of every kilometer in a Subaru, starting with award-winning safety at your local Subaru dealer. We were mentioning how they're moving the ball around. 20 assists in the half on 24 buckets, 13 assists in the second quarter. Bench scoring at 17-10 for the Heat. Paint scoring 32-26 for the Raptors. Fast break, not much of a factor here. 4-3 for the Raptors. Rebounds, second chance opportunities, 5 for 7 for the Raptors, 6 for 6 for the Heat. Turnover for points, 11 for 13. The Raptors 8 for 8 in the first quarter. Not good. And for Miami, they've turned the ball over 5 times and surrendered 12 points. But the number that matters, 61-58. Certainly a much better second quarter than the first quarter for both teams. We'll see where that goes. This is Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Mary, who stands 5 inches away from her 55-inch flat-screen TV and yells at it even though she knows no one on the TV can hear a word she's saying. Is it effective? There's no evidence. Do we support her? Yeah. Screaming at the TV for all 4 quarters. That's how Mary fans. And we're fans of Mary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
Joe and Lucy needed a new roof and reached out to Alpine Credits. I flew over to help them with a home renovation loan. I suggested they transform their house into a giant robot head, beams that shoot from the eyes. Pew, pew! Instead, they just went with shingles. But it's pretty glorious.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. District license 12616.
The best Black Friday sale ever is on now at 2001 Audio Video. All streaming audio, all home audio, and all 4K smart TVs, including 2-year warranty, are all on sale at the guaranteed lowest Black Friday prices anywhere with a 60 days price guarantee. 2001, your home entertainment experts since 1971.
We're the one, 2001. Audio and video, 2001.
Shop Black Friday deals at PetSmart. Now until December 1st. Save up to $20 on select dog food. Save 50% on holiday products. Plus, buy one, get one free on Oxbow Small Pet Hay or Care Fresh Bedding. Shop more incredible deals in-store and online at PetSmart.ca.
The adventure of a lifetime is just a click away. Casting is now open for the new season of CTV's The Amazing Race Canada.
Are you ready to go?
Go to ctv.ca/The Amazing Race Canada to apply.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream us on iHeartRadio, the TSN app, or on Apple CarPlay. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
Third quarter about to start. Raptors leading it. (61-58). Let's see if they can make some noise in this second half, Javon, and pull out a win. Third quarter delivered by 2-for-1 Pizza. Give yourself a high five by any large traditional pizza and get up to 3 medium one-topping pizzas for $5 each. 2for1pizza.com. NBA Cup game. Unfortunately for the Raptors, both they and the Heat have been eliminated, but let's see if they can get the win. It still counts in the regular standings. See what they're able to come up with. Miami ball moving left to right, coming front court in the red with black, gold, and white trimming. Adebayo, 12-footer in the lane, no good. Here comes Toronto. Jacoby Walter with the rebound. Brings it front court. Raptors in the white. coming right to left. Barnes on the block, near side. They double team. They get it to Jacoby Walter, who misses, but tipped up and in by Jakob Poeltl. Walter went down, slow getting up.
Got back into play and picked up the steal.
Yep. Barnes to Poeltl. He floats it up, no good. Rebound tipped up, no good. Here comes Miami. Quick outlet to Butler. Lays it up and in.
That's a vet move by Butler. Has Kobe Walter on his backside. The ball is airborne and just blocks him out as he's catching the basketball.
Would be pass interference in football, but you can do that in hoops.
Which is, it's funny, because the ball is airborne and Jimmy takes his eye off of the ball and right away just top blocks Jacoby from making his, continuing his path into the basketball. Smart move as well because Jimmy is smaller, right? So he has to create an advantage for himself.
Poeltl free throw up and in. 64-60 Raptors. Second one by Poeltl also down, so it's a 5-point Toronto lead. Adebayo brings it front court. Raptors' biggest lead of the game was 7. Bam drives on Poeltl, gets into the lane, lays it up, no good. Rebound Barnes. Scotty comes front court, kicks to the corner. Abaji 3, no good. Rebound saved. Here comes Miami. Highsmith gets it to Hero. Drive, shot fake. Barnes stands him up. Highsmith on the drive into the lane. Kick to Butler. Jimmy Butler 3, no good. Near side. Rebound knocked away. Toronto basketball. Abaji pointing one way and Highsmith pointing the other. Raptor ball front court. Barrett drives, gets to the basket, leans in, puts it up, no good. Adebayo with the contest. Hero in the lane, floats it up and in. And he's got a free throw to come as the Raptors foul him on the take.
And Abaji knew it as soon as the official called that foul. Tyler Hero getting to that left hand. And Abaji reaching in. Hero doing a good job of just getting below the outstretched arm of Abaji there, right at the nail. And it gets a continuation.
Hero knocks down the free throw, 65-63. Raptor lead cut to 2, 9:50 to go, third quarter. Barrett front court, gets it to Barnes. Scotty on the drive. Lobs it to Jacoby Walter. In the lane, floats it up, no good. Rebound Poeltl, and they're gonna call the push in the back on Poeltl, and that will turn it over on the loose ball foul and give it to Miami. Here come the Heat, looking to tie or lead with a 3 at the 9:30 mark, third quarter, 65-63 Toronto. Hero, near side, above the arc. Finds Butler, kicks it out to Adebayo. Corner jumper, good. Deep jumper by Bam. It's a three-pointer over Poeltl, 66-65 Miami.
Bam has come out pretty aggressive in the second half. And I imagine that's what Spo wanted to attack in the second half, is really having Bam go at Poeltl.
Great move by Bam. Not a guy that started in this league shooting threes, and now he's knocking them out. Raptors down 1, 9-10, third quarter. Barnes up top. Kicks into the corner to Abaji. Back to Scotty. On the dribble. Pull up. Jumper. No good. Rebound. Poeltl being held by Highsmith. and they say stay here, it'll be Toronto basketball.
Pirtle had the mismatch in the post on the left block, and they couldn't get it to him. Scotty was calling for Jacoby Walter to flash that high post.
Yeah, get out of here. Give me some room.
Yeah, give me some room, but get to the high post. You can get the high-low over to Pirtle. Jacoby didn't recognize it fast enough, and unfortunately, Scotty had to take a tough one. Raptors come back up with it.
66-65, Raptors down 1. They have the ball front court. Scotty's pass intercepted by Jimmy Butler. Takes it all the way in and misses the dunk. And they have a foul on RJ. Trey Maddox, the ref trailing the play, called a foul on RJ. I didn't see much contact at all.
I don't think anybody in the arena did. Jimmy Butler is on his way to the free throw line, and he's laughing. He's chuckling right now. That he just tricked off the layup. He just missed the dunk.
That was. There's no way that's a foul.
Oh, he was laughing on his way to the free throw line.
Oh, man. I'm biting through my lip right now with Butler laughing at the line. What I want to say when it comes to officials, reputations, good teams, bad teams, and players. Butler knocks down 2. 68-65. Miami by 3, 8:40, third quarter. Barnes to Barrett. Gets a switch on Adebayo. Gets it to Pirtle in the lane. Kicks it to Barnes. Back to Pirtle on Butler. Kick out Barrett. Drive into the lane. Floats it up. No good. Rebound Adebayo. Dangerous time here for Toronto. Larson drives, lays it up and in. 70-65 Miami. Drive by Barrett into the lane, lays it up, no good, didn't get the foul called. Here comes Butler into the corner. Larson up top, Robinson in the lane to Butler, who dunks it down. Timeout Toronto, good timeout by Darko. 72-65. Miami with the lead.
Yeah, the last couple of offenses for Toronto, they really haven't gotten anything good. They have the right intention, trying to get the basketball into York. Haven't got clean looks in there. And right now, Miami, especially with Jimmy Butler getting the dunker spot, possession and dunk, you don't want to allow the crowd to get into it. You don't want to allow this Miami team to get more rhythm, more flow.
Timeout on the floor, 7:51, third quarter. Heat leading the Raptors 72-65. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Whatever the weather, CMC Markets is here to help. Planning for a rainy day? Enjoy $0 commission on U.S. and Canadian share CFDs. Riding out the storm? Get ahead of the curve with lightning-fast execution speeds. Blue skies ahead? Go with the trusted...
What's up, Raptors fans? Thanks for hanging out with us tonight for the Raptors matchup. We really appreciate you being here. Please take a second, hit that like button down below, and share this link out so we can get more basketball fans in here. We have to start matching the Leafs chats. I got my Holy Mackinac sweater on because of Joe Bowen's calls. We need to match that energy from the Leafs nights over here on the Raptors. We'll see you back in the chat. Thank you for hitting that like and sharing it out. Let's bring some more basketball fans in here. Go Raps, go.
I did too. Lease the CRV LX two-wheel drive for $99 weekly at 2.99% APR for 28 months with $2,000 down. Offer includes $1,500 lease bonus. OAC conditions apply. See HondaOntario.com.
This is the sound of an exciting Black Friday sale.
And this is the sound of an exciting Black Friday sale at Sleep Country. Black Friday just isn't the same at Sleep Country, except for the best deals on the best brands. Right now, get up to 30% off almost everything, including sheets, duvets, and more. Plus, get any size of purple sheet sets and Silk & Snow relaxed linen sheets for the price of a twin. Don't miss out. The Black Friday event is on now at Sleep Country. Restrictions apply.
Overdrive, Toronto's favorite way to drive home. Weekdays 4 to 7 on TSN 1050.
72-65, Miami in the lead. That's what's going on with 7:51 to go, third quarter. Kind of a tough quarter for the Raptors, Javon. And as it lasted a while, Miami's made hay.
Well, it's a grinded out quarter, right? And this is Miami basketball. And I told you this, the Raptors are going to have to anticipate some grinded out, ugly basketball. And right now, that's what Miami's doing, right? Mucking the game up, and you have to adjust. And I think if the Raptors allow themselves to play a bit faster and not allow Miami to set up in their half-court defenses, you'll get a bit more flow, get a bit more rhythm to the game for them.
Raptor ball, front court. Barrett drives, lays it up and in.
He just moves Hero out of the way. That attack to the left hand, the off forearm in the chest of Hero, too small.
Really nice job by R.J. Barrett getting to the basket. 72-67. Raptors cut the lead by 5. Adebayo down the lane with a big jam.
That's the look they started to have with getting Bam the ball at the left elbow. And right now you get a brush screen from Hero, and Bam just takes the basketball down the right side of the floor, right side of the paint for the dunk.
Barnes gets into the lane, kicks it out to Barrett, knocked away by Larson. So the Raptors kind of trying to get their feet back under them. Down 7, 74-67. It's the biggest lead of the game for Miami. See if the Raptors can come back. See if they can reel this in and not let Miami get away. They had a good first half, but only 6 points through the first 5 minutes. 4 minutes and 5 seconds of this third quarter. Barrett can't get it in. Miami knocks it away on the inbound. Hero pull up 3, good. All of a sudden the lead is 10. 77-67.
Now that's when those turnovers start to really affect you negatively, right? Another one there which leads to a 3.
Barrett in the lane, fouled. He had Robinson and Hero there. Nice high-low. Pirtle lobs it down to him. RJ, good way to stop the run. Get to the free throw line. First free throw good by RJ. He's up to 16 on the night. Raptors trailing 77-68. Deep jumper no good from Adebayo. Raptors with the rebound. Back comes Davion Mitchell. Gets it to Barnes, down low, on Hero. Barnes, double team, takes the bounce, kicks it cross court. Abaji, 3 is good in the bottom of the well. Wow, what a find by Scotty under duress.
He made that play in emergency, right? Double team came, the outlets were late. Davion really didn't come over on that strong side, and Scotty just made a heck of a play.
Hero in the lane, tough layup, no good. Rebound, here comes Toronto. Barrett on the run to Abaji. In the lane to Barnes. Scotty leans in, lays it up, no good, but the foul on Larson. And Scotty will go to the line for 2.
That's good transition there, right? Miami gets matched up, but the ball's popping, the ball's moving. You find Scotty, one of your best finishers around the basket, bigger size, draws a foul. And that's also the reward from the possession before, right? Kicks it out to the weak side. Abaji knocks down the 3, but again, unselfish. Double team comes, not forcing anything, looking for his teammates, knocks down the first of 2 here, looking for his teammates, and makes the right play in an emergency situation, under duress, under pressure. Big thing when you're unselfish is that your teammates are trusting that they're going to get good shots off of your looks, but also they're willing to give you give the ball up and get a great shot instead of taking a good shot.
Second free throw, no good. Scotty makes 1 of 2. The Raptors cut the lead to 4, 77-73. Robinson drive into the corner. Butler down the baseline, kicks it out top. Hero catches behind the back to Duncan Robinson. He drives into the lane, finds Adebayo. Step back jumper, no good. Rebound, Barrett. RJ busts out of there with it. Underneath to Barnes. Scotty lay it up and in. Great pass. The Raptors punch back. Great job by RJ. Scotty with a rim run, and RJ finds him for the lay-in. Barrett, 17 points, couple rebounds, 4 assists. Scotty with 18 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. The Raptors back to within 2, 77-75. Timeout, Miami.
And Scotty Barnes leading the charge with the intensity that he's playing with. Rim ran, like you mentioned, but the deep steal after he makes the basket, he's looking around, getting his teammates charged up, jumps in the chest of RJ saying, let's go, right? Great job by Scotty leading this team again, leading this charge.
Let's take a timeout. Raptors back to within 2, 77-75. Miami, 5:23, third quarter. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Breaking story from Alpine News Network. Firefighter Finn McHose, that's a nickname, right? Needed help contending with a blaze of debt. He called Alpine Credits and a superhero was sent his way. Summoning water, she extinguished the fire and consolidated his debt into one low monthly payment. His floors may be wet, but his debt is under control. Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Just for license 12616.
Fall for Subaru by enjoying fall to the fullest. Think scarlet, burgundy, amber, crimson and copper, but never, never blue. Because with Subaru's symmetrical
We the
full-time
North,
all-wheel drive,
stand up and let us know where you're watching from in the chat. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Where are you at in this crazy planet of ours? Are you in Canada representing We the North? Are you down south in the USA? Are you over across seas in Asia or in Europe? Thank you so much for being here. Now let's get back to the basketball. Let's get a win tonight, boys. 2 in a row. And I know that I'm not going to be able to use this video very long because they're probably going to lose again soon to get back on the tank for Flagg. But we'll see. Go Raps, go! Let's make some noise in the chat. And cheers to all of you from wherever you're watching from.
Turned obsession led to a triple stabbing. Full details tonight at 11 and at ctvnews.ca.
There's no better way to drive home than with Hayes, Noodles, and the O-Dog. Overdrive every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
(77-75), Miami by 2, 5:23 to go, third quarter. Nice punch back by the Raptors. They made a muscle, Javon, when they were down, and they did a really nice job of fighting back. Miami had the lead at 10, 77-67, as Hero walked into a 3, and all of a sudden the Raptors said, no, hold on a second here. And I've scored 8 straight. So let's see if Toronto can get a stop and tie the game or lead with a 3. Here comes Miami. Front court, left to right in the red uniforms. Hero up top, behind the back to Kevin Love. Now to Butler in the corner, guarded by Barnes. Out top, Love to Hero. Shot clock winding down. They launch it right at the buzzer, no good. Rebound tipped away. Davion Mitchell has it for Toronto. Comes front court. Raptors looking for the tie. Mitchell drives on Duncan Robinson, lays it up and in. Big boy ball by Davion, ties it at 77.
Well, Davion coming in the game and with some fire. He's only played 9 minutes in this game. You got to come out and show coach, listen, you might have forgot about me.
Hero on the baseline, finds Love, no good. Rebound knocked away. The Raptors run at front court. The run is 12-0 for Toronto. They lead 79-77 on the Barnes lay-in. Butler near side, right wing, above the arc to Hero. Catch and shoot, 3, good.
That is a tough shot. On the catch, in stride, back up, contested. Good shooter. Great shooter.
Barnes, drive into the corner. Boucher sets the feet, 3 in the air, no good. Rebound knocked away. Here comes Miami. Hawkes gets it to Love. Now back to Robinson to Butler straight away. 3:40, third quarter. Butler drives on Pirtle, floats it up, no good. Whenever they get Yak on the outside, I mean, they're looking to take him. Whether it's Butler or Adebayo, Pirtle doing a decent job of moving his feet, but
well, you could tell that was the intention coming out of the half, right? And they're getting that ball to that high post area, and they're spacing out, and you're getting the matchups with little running starts because Pirtle's also not going to jam up. He's not going to take away too much space, but if they get that running start, it's really hard for him to recover. And this was Jimmy Butler here, which is a tougher matchup for him getting down here.
Free throw by Butler is good. That breaks the Raptors' 12-0 run. A look at the Godfather as we get a look on our screen at Pat Riley, flanked by one of his lieutenants, Alonzo Mourning. Butler's 2 free throws give Miami an 82-79 lead after the Hero 3. Barnes in the lane to battle. The pass too hard, and it bounced off his hands out of bounds on the baseline. And Miami will...
A bit too much English on it, and Battle might have been so wide open under the basket. He was already thinking about the 2 points.
Yeah. Catch it first. Catch it first. Don't be in a hurry.
Got to see it go into your hands, and you got to see it go into the basket.
Front court, Miami. Terry Rozier on the handle. 3:18, third quarter. Heat with an 82-79 lead. Rozier between the rings. Gets it to Hero. On the handoff. Backs out above the arc straight away. Works left to the far side. Step back. Now penetrating dribble. Kick to the corner. Hawkes 3 is good. The Heat respond with 8 straight. They lead 85-79. A game of runs right now. Battle to Boucher on the baseline. Chris kicks it out. Battle 3, no good. Rebound Rozier. 2:40 to go, third quarter. Hero guarded by Barnes. Good pressure. They're trying to get it into Love in the post. The Raptors deny it. They get it in, kick it out. Hawkes 3 makes it 88-79 Miami. And then the Raptors turn it over.
We always talk about quick runs and how things can change in a matter of minutes in this modern-day NBA. It's an 11-0 run in the last minute and 46, Jones. Quick turnaround.
Well, Raptors got to muscle up again. They did it before. They're going to have to do it again. Rozier near side, right wing. On the dribble. Kick it out. Hawkes back into the post. Highsmith up top, drives, runs over Davion Mitchell, and they got the offensive foul. Davion standing in, giving up his body. And the Raptors are going to get the turnover. That's what you need, Javon. Trying to get some stops, stand in, take charges, whatever it is you got to do.
A big-time job by Mitchell putting his body on the line, and also Chris Boucher rotating on the backside would have still come up with the block, but both those guys there protecting one another.
Barrett drives, gets to the lane, lays it up and in. 19 for RJ. Raptors down 88-81. Rozier 3 near side, good. They left him alone. Miami up 10, 91-81. Minute and a half to go, third quarter. Heat in the zone. Mitchell up top. Barrett pulls for 3, no good. Rebound Love. Hit ahead to Hero. On the bounce, gets it to Larson. Now back to Hero. Works right. Switches. Barrett guarding him. Step back three from Hero, short. Rebound over the head of Mobo to Jaquez. Feeds Love, who knocks a three in. Miami heating up from distance. 94-81 Heat. Raptors letting it slip here, third quarter. Miami in the zone. Barrett to Mobo. Kick to the corner. Three ball, no good by Battle. Outlet by Love to Jaquez. On the drive, floats it up and in and is fouled by Barrett.
That's transition, right? You have to stop the basketball earlier. If you can stop it above the break, that's got to be the priority, right? And Jaquez does a good job in transition. RJ doesn't really step up, and he just comes across the body, going from left to right, picks up the and one. But that basket is, you avoid that by one, everybody getting back, creating a wall, stopping the ball, and then matching up. None of that happened.
Free throw missed by Jaquez. Raptors grab the rebound. They come front court, trailing by 15 suddenly. And a turnover. They tried to get it inside to Mobo. It was knocked away. Hero tees up a three, no good. Rebound Mobo. 25 seconds to go, third quarter. Raptors got to try and get a basket and get to the stool between rounds. They're on the ropes right now. Barrett up top. On the bounce, kicks to Mitchell. Davion shot fake into the corner. Boucher, three, good in the bottom of the well. 96-84. Raptors trying to find some life. Mitchell hustles back, knocks it away. And Miami does not get a shot off, but they do have the lead. It's a big quarter for Miami. A 38-point quarter as they lead 96-84 going to the last lap of the track.
That's unfortunate because we all praise them, Warren at halftime, Jay Lou, yourself, myself, for the defense that the Raptors played in the first, two quarters. But it's something that you and I spoke about during the broadcast. The first three quarters is law of averages, right? This Miami team is going to continue to shoot the basketball. If you give them possessions, at some point they start to knock down. That's created this lead.
Last lap of the track when we come back. 96-84, Heat by 12. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network.
As fall approaches and birds head south, a different kind of bird emerges, the Subaru. While migratory flocks seek warmth, Subaru's symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive keeps drivers soaring through the wild. During the migrating season, Subaru's hunger for adventure grows exponentially, driving the intrigued radio listeners to fall for Subaru at their local Subaru dealerships, experiencing an adventure of their own. So migrate to your local Subaru dealership to book a test drive today.
What the flock? Excuse me? What the flock? These wings are amazing.
What's up, Raptors fans? Thanks for hanging out with us tonight for the Raptors matchup. We really appreciate you being here. Please take a second, hit that like button down below, and share this link out so we can get more basketball fans in here. We have to start matching the Leafs chats. I got my Holy Mackinac sweater on because of Joe Bowen's calls. We need to match that energy from the Leafs nights over here on the Raptors. We'll see you back in the chat. Thank you for hitting that like and sharing it out. Let's bring some more basketball fans in here. Go Raps, go.
Resources can help you adapt, learn new skills, build confidence, and move forward. Get Started workbooks are free and easy to use, online, anytime and anywhere, so you can learn at your own pace. Whether you're looking for a job or want to move up in your field, Get Started empowers you with skills like collaboration, adaptability, and problem solving. Improve your skills for work and life. Get started today at upskillsforwork.ca.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows in your car. Available on Apple CarPlay via the iHeartRadio app. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
Fourth quarter, Toronto trailing Miami 96-84. A bit of a barrage by the Heat. Late third quarter built up the lead to 15. It's now 12. Fourth quarter, powered by CMC Markets. Take your trading to the next level with $0 commission on stocks. Raptor ball coming front court right to left. Got to dig in and make a muscle. Miami still in the zone. Barrett up top. And he's fouled by Larson. Pelle Larson with the foul.
Every time one of the Raptors players see Larson in front of them,
oh, yeah,
they're sniffing him out. You're a rookie. Already 4 fouls for him in just 18 minutes. But it's attack mode. You smell blood every time they see him.
I know on some NBA team scouting reports, they call that guy the pigeon. You know how you shoot at a clay pigeon? That's the guy you shoot at. Raptors inbound. Mobo to Mitchell. Mitchell, Walter, Mobo, Barrett, and Jamison on the floor in the white jerseys, moving right to left. Mitchell, drive, gets into the lane, floats it up and in. A 9-1-1 special. Shot clock running down, and what do you say, Javon? Davion makes gold out of garbage.
He turns garbage into gold.
10-point lead, 96-86. Raptors ball hawking, and the referee not paying attention. Darko standing on the center line. The ball pressure forced Rozier back toward the mid-court line, and he stepped on the line. But I got to tell you, Javon, a lot of times I find our officials don't look at the lines. They're so busy looking up. They don't see a guy stepping on the baseline from the dunker spot or stepping on the timeline on a dribble. Rozier, corner three, no good. Rebound, battle. Here comes Mobo, front court. Gets it to Barrett. On the bounce against Robinson. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Now Barrett against Adebayo. Gets a screen. And the switch. He's got Rozier. RJ up top. Battle deep three, no good. Long rebound, Barrett. RJ holding. Drives on Rozier. And Rozier fouled him. Nice move by RJ. So the Raptors will inbound. Near side, left wing. Sorry, folks, didn't see what happened. The camera was somewhere else, and the Raptors, all we know is they turned it over. Here comes Miami. Front court, Adebayo. Kicks it to Robinson. Wide open look for Duncan Robinson is good. Barrett drives, lays it up and in. Raptors cut the lead to 11, 99-88. 19 for RJ. Here comes Rozier, front court to Robinson, again left open. And what do they got? They have a foul away from the ball. (99-88), 9:59, fourth quarter. Miami with the lead in the ball, front court, moving left to right. Adebayo to Rozier. Three up top is good. Miami coming clean on those threes, Javon, getting really good looks.
What we said earlier, they move so quick, and it's like they make decisions with 0.5 seconds. Don't have nothing moving.
Barrett drive, great pass to Mobo, who dumps it down.
Mobo doing a good job getting on the inside of the defense, giving RJ an outlet. RJ penetrates to the basket. Everybody's going to overplay that left hand. Great scoop pass around.
102-90. Jaquez into the corner. Rozier, catch and shoot. Scary Terry's got it going. Miami knocking down threes. They are now 17 of 43. Outscoring the Raptors 17-8. Or sorry, 17-9. That's 8 more threes. That's a 24-point differential from behind the arc. Tough to overcome. Let's take a timeout. 105-90 Miami, 9:19. Fourth quarter, you're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Breaking story from Alpine News Network. Sam had aspirations of opening a clothing boutique. She called Alpine Credits and was sent a speedy superhero to help with a business loan. Super speed doesn't translate to radio, but when our hero runs, she sounds like this. If you ran at the speed of light, you'd sound funny too. Own your home? Need a loan?
Hey you. Yeah, you. The basketball fan that's hanging out with us during the Raptors game tonight, thank you for hanging out with us. Please, if I got your attention, please help us grow this awesome community of Toronto sports fans that we have here. We're on our way to 100K to go get that plaque, baby. That's what we're doing. Thank you for hanging out with us every single Toronto Raptors game, and we're live for every single Toronto sports game, plus the playoffs. So hopefully the Raptors will make the playoffs, or they're going to tank for Flagg. I don't know. We'll find out through the season, but thank you for being here and hitting that subscribe button and turn on that bell. And if you are already part of the club, thank you for joining us on this ride so far. We'll see you back in the chat. Let's go, Raptors!
In Pizzaville, when I realized...
Did Albert Einstein invent the theory of relativity after hearing 7 free sex, free sex, free sex? Did Steve Jobs create the iPhone while eating a Ponzo combo? Next up, Quentin Tarantino's It Was a Rainy Day ads that never made it to air. Pizzaville, 40 years of funny.
Making your lousy commute fun. Overdrive with Hayes Noodles and the O-Dog every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
Fourth quarter, 9:19 to go. Miami 105, Toronto 90. Second half has not quite been what the Raptors would like it to be. Miami 10 of 16 from distance in this second half. Getting away, it's sliding away from Toronto right now, Javon.
Yeah, I think right now Toronto 9 minutes left. Right, one, you got to run Miami off the three-point line. You knew that coming into the game. They're shooting the most threes they have, and on pace for in the franchise history. And you know that they're shooting the basketball much better in the second half, and that's been the difference in the game.
Mitchell, Abaji, Barnes, Mobile, and Barrett for Toronto in the white, moving right to left. Barnes in the lane. Tough fall away, no good. Rebound, Adebayo. Toronto needs some stops and scores. 8:55 to go, fourth quarter. There's time, but can't let it slip through the hourglass. Mobo gets it to Abaji. Cross court. Mitchell drive to Mobo, back to Mitchell. Shot clock at 7. RJ turns, floats it up, back rim, no good. Here comes Miami, and Hawkes loses it out of bounds. Near side, Raptors putting on a push. Down 15 with 8:16 to go. Barnes kick out. Mitchell three, no good. Rebound, Barrett could only get one hand on it, was fighting Adebayo with the other hand. Hawkes with a carry on a skip dribble, now passes to Rozier. They swing it to Robinson. Between the circles, Robinson drives. Tries to kick to the corner, he's swallowed up. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay, though, with Miami. Hey. Shot clock at 9, 7:51 to go, fourth quarter. Raptors down 105-90. Rozier gets it into Adebayo against Pirtle above the arc. Now Barnes switches on to him. Bam, three, no good. Rebound, Pirtle. Rebound number 7 for Jakob. Front court, Barnes to Pirtle in the lane, floats it up and in. 105-92. Hawkes drives back, floats it up, no good. Rebound, Barnes. Here comes Toronto. Scotty on the lob, down low to RJ, knocked away. The Raptors get it back. Barnes drives, gets into the lane, kick to Abaji. Corner three is in the bottom of the well. 105-95, and Eric Spoelstra wants the timeout as the Raptors punch back and get it to 10.
And you chip away at it. Now you have a 10-point game with 7 minutes and 10 seconds to go. There is a lot of basketball to play in this game.
Raptors trying to make a run. We'll take a break. 7:10 to go. We approach the top of the stretch. 105-95 Miami. Is Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Getting my Honda CR-V has opened the door to adventure. With Econ Mode to maximize fuel efficiency, I'm free to explore. And with tons of cargo space, it's easy to pack for getaways. My dog, camping gear. It's like I've discovered a wild, adventurous side of me. Whoop. Alice is excited too.
Lease the CR-V LX two-wheel drive for $99 weekly at 2.99% APR for 28 months with $2,000 down. Offer includes $1,500 lease bonus. OAC conditions apply. See HondaOntario.com.
Hear that crackle? That's a downed power line. It's deadly. The ground around it could be dangerous, even if it's dry. Don't get close. Stay back at least 10 meters. Your life depends on it. Visit hydro1.com/yoursafety to learn more.
Is your car ready for winter's fury? Slide into your local Meineke Car Care Center for winter tire changeovers starting at $59.95. Because summer tires are like flip-flops in a blizzard. Don't miss out on our winter-ready package starting at $49.95, which includes an oil change, brake inspection, and more. Perfect for stopping, not sliding, into a snowbank. Plus, buy 4 tires and get 50% off an alignment. Book your appointment at Meineke.ca today. Terms and conditions apply. Meineke. Doing car care right.
10,000 years before the birth of Paul Atreides, we founded a sisterhood.
Crave presents the next groundbreaking original series from HBO, Dune Prophecy. Stream now, only on Crave. Subscribe at crave.ca.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows on your smart speaker. Simply tell your smart speaker to listen to TSN 1050 everywhere you want it.
7:10 to go, 105-95. Raptors trying to punch back. Miami trying to hang on to the lead. The Heat have shot the 3-ball well in the second half. Raptors still shooting 54%, outdoing Miami 52-36 in the paint, but
you know the kicker is going to be, and it's been the Achilles heel for this team all season.
17 turnovers,
and that is for giving up
24 points. It's a 10-point lead. Points off turnovers difference is 10. In spite of trailing by 21 from the 3-point line, they've just made it up in the paint. But those points off turnovers probably leading to run-out threes. Hero in the lane. Corner jumper is good by Rozier. Somebody throw some water on that cat. Front court. Raptors down 13. We approach the top of the stretch. 6:30 to go. Fourth quarter, 108-95 Miami. Barrett gets it in to Pirtle. Cross-court pass, RJ to Davion. Reverse layup, no good. Knocked away. Didn't hit the rim, but Miami breaks out with it. Into the corner. Hero on the drive against Pirtle. Floats it up, no good. Rebound Barrett. RJ 21, 6 and 5 tonight. Gets all the way to the basket, lays it up, no good. Tipped in by Pirtle. Raptors down 11, top of the stretch, 6 minutes to go. 108-97 Miami, fourth quarter time. Adebayo to Butler. Holds it over his head with one hand. Now gets it to Adebayo, to Hero. 3-ball near side, no good. Rebound Barnes. Scotty hustles it up the middle of the floor. Gets it to Barrett. RJ pulls for three and knocks it in the bottom of the well. Raptors punching back. 108-100. 5:20 to go. Need some stops if you're Toronto. Adebayo up top. Gets it to Rozier, guarded by Abaji. Works right, near side. Stutter dribble. Now to Butler, or to Highsmith. Hero to Highsmith. Mitchell switches out onto him. Into the corner, Barrett knocks it away. The pass intended for Butler.
Good job getting up in the passing lane and a deflection. Don't need a steal, but what becomes disruptive is get a hand on the basketball.
Now they've got to reset. You can set your defense, and there's only 1/10 of a second left on the shot clock. 5:04 to go in the game. Shot clock violation. Turn it over and give it to Toronto. Barrett front court to Jacoby Walter. On the bounce. All the way to the hoop. Scoops it up, no good. Pirtle with the rebound. Kick out. Barnes wide open three, no good. Long rebound, Jimmy Butler. Raptors could have used that one. 108-100 Miami. 4:40 to go, fourth quarter. Hero near side. To Butler to Highsmith in the corner up top. Adebayo bounces off Pirtle. His jumper short. Rebound run down by Miami. Scotty in the passing lane trying to save it, but came down. That was a nifty play. He was airborne, kind of tried to put it behind his back before he landed out of bounds. Instead turned over. Miami with 10 on the shot clock. 4:25 to go in the game. They've got an 8-point, 108-100 lead. Hero up top. Step back three, good. 111-100 Miami. Hero's got 21. Barrett against Adebayo to a cutting Abaji. Backdoor cut, lays it in. 111-102. Raptors down 9, still breathing. Rozier guarded by Jacoby Walter. Need a big stop here. Adebayo into the corner to Butler. Guarded by Barnes. Up top, Bam drives, kicks it out. Rozier to Highsmith, deep three, no good. Rebound by Barnes. A double-double for Scotty, 20 and 10 and 8 assists. The three in the air, no good. Needed one there. 3:20 to go. Timeout Miami, 3:16 with a timeout. 111-102 Miami. We'll keep it right here, Javon.
This is a game now where you are in 3:16 left, like you mentioned. What Miami's going to do is really try and manage the possession, right? It's going to be a possession game for this last 3:16, and obviously that's their brand of basketball. But for Toronto, it is, how can you pick that pace up? And by pick that pace up, I mean defensively as well. Make Miami play faster. Apply a little bit more pressure so that they're scattered, they're a little rattled, and you can force a turnover. You can force an ill-advised shot. Give yourself more opportunities going the other way. Because if you allow them to work the clock, if you allow them to play their tempo in this last 3 minutes, you're playing into their hand.
Well, let's see what the Raptors can come up with. Scotty missed that deep three. Even a two there would have been nice to creep a little bit closer. Big night tonight from the Raptors' big three. Barnes with 20 to go along with 10 rebounds and 8 assists. Pirtle 22 points, 9 rebounds. And Barrett 24, 6 and 6. But they need a little more right now if you're a Raptor fan. Need a little bit more. See if they can run the heat down. Butler will inbound near side right wing. 3:16 to go. 111-102 Miami. Adebayo looks for Butler on the lob, knocked away by Barnes. Butler gets it back. His turnaround no good. The double-double for Pirtle as he grabs his 10th rebound. Barrett, front court, on the lob to Barnes. Scotty goes up and is fouled by Butler. I thought it was going to be an alley-oop dunk. RJ threw it up to the rim nicely. Scotty might not have been in that mind space, but you know what, Javon? I'm good with that. Rather than miss, come down with it, go back up strong, and either get fouled or make the shot, but don't change things and miss.
You have a saying that I always hear: 2 hands for safety.
2 hands for safety.
2 hands for safety.
It's what you teach at Javon Shepherd basketball camp, right?
You got it. You better be there this summer. And what I like there is, Scotty, you know what? It's going to be a tough alley. You're under the basket. Tough shot to make. Come down with it, gather yourself, and use your 6'8" frame to pierce through and body through and get yourself a good look.
111-104. 2:50 to go. Down the stretch we come. Miami by 7. Deep 3, no good. Rebound. Oh, they say stay here as Adebayo and Pirtle were tied up and they got the foul on Pirtle. What are they going to let 2 grown men fight for the ball without a call?
Just wrestle.
There was no advantage. The ball went out of bounds. Miami ball, front court. Butler on the drive, kicks it out. Bam, 3, short, rebound, Abaji. Outlet Barrett on the run. Barrett gets into the lane, kick it out, they swing it. Jacoby Walter drive. And he has it knocked out of bounds. No, he loses it out of bounds. Turnover number 18 for Toronto. Ill-timed miscue. 2:18 to go. Miami by 7. Hero carrying the ball on every dribble. Into the lane, kicks it out. Adebayo in the corner to Butler. 3-ball near side is good. 114-104. Miami by 10. 2 minutes to go. Barnes in the lane to Abaji. Lays it up and in. The lead is 8 with 1:54. Raptors desperately need a stop here. Got to bear down. Butler out top, guarded by Barnes. Works to the far side. Rozier, guarded by Jacoby Walter. 3-ball, no good. Rebound Abaji. Here comes Barrett. Up the right side, far wing. Drives, gets to the basket, and is fouled. Two Heat players there. Highsmith and Adebayo. Doesn't matter. RJ's going to get 2 free throws as the foul will be called on Bam Adebayo.
And this is good for the Raptors. If RJ can knock down these 2, you chip away at it, and you also get to set up your defense. Got to have a bit more pressure full court if you're the Raptors.
Barrett, free throw short.
That hurts. That one hurts.
1:23 to go. 114-106. Miami by 8. RJ dips, fires the second one, is good. Oh, both of those would have made it a 2-possession game. It's a 3-possession game now. 114-107. Rozier, front court against Jacoby Walter. Now to Butler. Far side, left wing. Straddling the hash mark against Abaji. Works to the baseline. Ochai cuts him off. Butler raises up and knocks it out. 116-107, Miami by 9. 1 minute to go. Barrett drives to Barnes. In the lane, Scotty lays it in. 116-107. Or sorry, 116-109. The lead is 7. Rozier, front court, trapped, throws it in the air, but gets it to Hero. Across the midcourt line. Raptors down 7, 40 seconds. They swing it to Butler, into the corner. Underneath, Rozier to Adebayo, shot clock at 2. Bam, 3-ball, good. That's gonna do it. Timeout, Toronto, 29.9. They trail by 10. Raptors frenetically trying to scramble Javon, but just not enough.
And if you have Bam Adebayo catching the basketball in the corner and he's matched up and Abaji's right there on the shoelaces and knocks down the shot, that's tough, right? There's not much you can really do there. And, you know, I thought early on the Raptors did a good job of forcing tough shots. Miami also just wasn't knocking down open shots, and we spoke about it a number of times, the law of averages. Right?
Yeah.
And now you're 21 for 54 from the three-point line. Miami is just under 40% shooting it. So they stuck to their principles. They stuck to, you know, their identity, and it came to fruition for them, for this Miami team. Raptors, it's hard to win when you've given up 27 points on turnovers. And I know you and I sound like a broken record,
but it's a fact. It's not anything but a number that is true. You give up 27 points, you know, and you're outshot by 30 points from the three. And how many of those threes came off turnovers where the floor was broken, there's a kick out. You just can't turn it over. Raptors inbound near side left wing. They get it to Barnes, to Pirtle. Jakob floater in the lane is good. 119-111. The lead is 8. Raptors pick up full court. They throw it to Butler. And he's fouled by Jacoby Walter. Miami with the lead, 119-111. Jimmy Butler will go to the free throw line for 2. Oh no, Raptors had a foul to give, so it's an inbound. And now Tyler Hero is fouled by Jakob Pirtle. And that's number 6 on Jakob, going to force him to sit down with 21.7 to go. So Pirtle leaves the game, 24 points, 10 rebounds, an assist and a block. Hero at the line. He's had a good night, 26 points, 8 of 12. But Tyler Hero has had looking at the wrong stat line. I was looking at Jimmy Butler's line. 8 of 18 for Hero. 4 of 10 from 3. Knocks in a couple of free throws, the lead back to 10. Raptors turn it over, fittingly. As Miami, it bounced off Abaji, off Jamison, into the Raptor bench. Miami's going to bring it over center and maybe run out the clock. Adebayo underneath, doesn't take it, gets it to Butler, who has it knocked out of bounds. 121-111. Scotty Barnes with a triple-double of 24, 10, and 10. Butler has to shoot it against the shot clock. And Miami grabs the rebound, and that'll do it. They run out the clock. It's a 10-point win for Miami. The final from Miami. The Heat 121, the Raptors 111.
And, you know, the Raptors fought, right? We'll say that they fought for 3 quarters. But, you know, even you look at the number, 62 points in the paint to Miami's 36. No surprise there because Miami shoots basketball. But Miami won the possession battle by 14 here. And that a big part of that is the turnovers, like we mentioned, you know, 19 of those, which led to 27 baskets. But if you're giving your opponent more opportunity, especially when they're not shooting the basketball well, like how they started, at some point you're going to get in that rhythm. And Miami had strung together a couple runs themselves that they got that lead. And then they had the bench contribution that came in and played exceptional tonight. 42 points from the bench to Toronto's 19. So this is a tough one for the Raptors and didn't really execute or shoot the basketball as well as they would have liked to, or to, tag along from or run along from what they did in their last game. So this is one of the ones you get back to the drawing board.
I know Taddy Leuenberg and Warren Ward are up next on the postgame, but again, Javon, I've been carefully following the numbers. Another game where old school versus new school, Miami 21 of 54 from distance, Raptors only 11 of 29. That's 30-point difference from the three-point line. But Toronto outscoring Miami 62-36, outscoring them by a wide margin in the paint, 28 in the paint or 26 in the paint. So it's kind of even there. Both teams 14 of 17 from the line. I gather to say Raptors 19 turnovers leading to 27 points. Miami only 10, giving the Raptors 14. If you cut down on those turnovers, you can keep your old school, your new school numbers, the old school style by scoring in the paint. If you're able to keep the turnovers down, that's going to keep you in games.
Yes.
Just an observation. The main observation is, though, Miami gets the win. 121-111. Taddy Ward, Leuenberg up next on the postgame. For Owen Hall and Cameron Moore behind the glass. And Javon Shepard, my broadcast partner, I'm Paul Jones, saying you've been listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network. 121-111, Miami is the final. Good night from Toronto.
Whatever the weather, CMC Markets is here to help. Planning for a rainy day? Enjoy $0 commission on U.S. and Canadian share CFDs. Riding out the storm? Get ahead of the curve with lightning-fast execution speeds. Blue skies ahead? Go with the trusted broker backed by over 30 years experience. Switch to CMC Markets and join over 275,000 global traders. Learn more at cmcmarkets.ca. FX spreads apply. CFDs involve a high degree of risk. Member Canadian Investor Protection Fund. Umbrella not included.
Touchdown.
Great catch.
Give me a high five.
5 minutes later.
Interception.
Awesome play.
Give me a high five.
2 hours later.
Eddie, did you order 20 high five specials from 2-for-1 Pizza?
You kept asking for high fives.
I meant, never mind. I'm hungry.
High five. Buy any large traditional pizza and get up to 3 medium one-topping pizzas for just $5 each.
2-for-1 pizza. 2-for-1.
Getting my Honda CRV has opened the door to adventure with Econ Mode to maximize fuel efficiency and free to explore. And with tons of cargo space, it's easy to pack for getaways. My dog, camping gear. It's like I've discovered a wild, adventurous side of me. Whoop. Alice is excited too.
Lease the CRV LX two-wheel drive for $99 weekly at 2.99% APR for 28 months with $2,000 down. Offer includes $1,500 lease bonus. OAC conditions apply. See HondaOntario.com.
This Black Friday, Rona is the place to be. Imagine transforming your home into a cozy winter wonderland or finally tackling those DIY projects you've been dreaming about. At Rona, you'll find everything you need, from experts' tools and materials to stylish Christmas decor. And this week, save 25% on all poinsettias and 25% on a wide selection of 3.78-liter cans of Seco interior paint. Don't miss out. These deals won't last long. Conditions apply. Visit your local Rona or shop online at rona.ca.
This is Raptors Game Night on TSN 1050. The Raptors live here.
The Heat win at 121-111 on Raptors Game Night, the post-game show. Welcome aboard, Jim Taddy, Warren Ward, Josh Leuenberg, and Paul Jones, kind enough to hang around. And Jonesy, right off the top, Barnes with a triple-double, 24, 10, and 10. This was a different performance from what we've seen in that the starters carried all the scoring and the bench did not. So, that's different right there, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, Jim. They only got 19 points off the bench, and the bench had been really good for them. Tonight, coming into tonight, in the last 4 games, the bench had scored 37.5 points a game, and they were up from the first 15 games in terms of their scoring. Their field goal percentage was up from 43% to 48%. The 3-point field goal percent from the bench was at 30 in the first 15 games. Over the last 4, it was almost 40 at 39-6. So a bit of a letdown with the bench tonight. But, you know, we talk about it all the time, but it's not an excuse. It's a fact. You can't turn the ball over.
Yeah.
In any sport, you know, the numbers have gone crazy in hockey with puck possession and stuff. You can't turn it over. Football, you can't turn it over. I mean, you give a team a short field. In basketball, live ball turnovers are they are the death of you because your defense isn't ready. You get suddenly you're thinking about scoring and boom, you're defending a 3-on-1 or you know, it's a 2-on-0 if it's a wing to top pass that's picked off. You just cannot turn the ball over, and that is going to be the end of the Raptors this year. And it's simple stuff that they can do. Careless turnovers, just being more careful with the ball, but it's the thing that's really hurting them. You know, they're 23rd in the NBA, and it just seems like they don't look after the ball well, and the live ball turnovers are really, really hurtful.
Josh, 19 turnovers for 27 points. The other way, Miami turned it over 10 for 14, so there's 13 points. The three-point shooting, 54 attempts by Miami, and they got 21, and the Raptors tried 29 and got 11. So there's another 30 points on 10 different baskets favoring Miami. I mean, these numbers they're tough to deal with, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, that's just simple math and very tough to overcome, obviously, when your three-point disparity is 63 to 33. And obviously, Miami also had 14 additional shots to work with because of those turnovers that we talked about. So you're putting yourself in a tough spot. I mean, I think I liked a lot of the things that the Raptors did offensively. We talked about it at length at halftime because I mean, obviously their first half was stronger than their second half. They moved the ball really well early in the game. They shot the ball pretty well, right? Like 54% from the field, 38% from beyond the arc. You get really solid production from your starters, and especially that big three of Barrett, Pirtle, Barnes. But you can't spot a team that many points from beyond the arc. And we talked about this at halftime too, is that the positive regression for Miami from three was coming. That was inevitable. That's probably going to happen in any case where a team starts the game 2 for 17 from beyond the arc, but especially a team with so many really dangerous, really talented shooters. It was coming, and it came in a big way for Miami, 19 for 37 over the final 3 quarters of the game. And yeah, that's just too much to overcome. The turnovers and 3-point discrepancy, that's the game right there.
Warren, you know, I think we saw some sort of seeds of this towards the end of the second quarter, but in the third quarter, the Raptors are outscored 38-23, and then you know, they did claw back in, they did sink their teeth into the Heat, but that third quarter, the Heat go on several long runs. What happened there?
Well, the third quarter was extremely decisive. I think Miami's offense, they have an ability to space out the floor. They keep the paint pretty open, but it's a lot of flare screens, a lot of handoffs, and they have good enough shooters where you have to defend it. So what I see is that Toronto will play into other teams' runs. And what I mean by that is Miami might string together, you know, 2-3 consecutive plays where they get a good shot or a free throw or they score 5 points. But then in between that time, Toronto will turn the ball over and help Miami or help the opponent score 8 points. So now that goes from a 5-0 run, which Miami earned by making a tough shot, free throw, whatever the case is, to then Toronto helping them by turning the ball over. So those 5-0 runs now turn to 10 or turn to 8 or turn to 12. And then that's where Toronto gets into a hole. And Miami got into a groove. And as Josh said, I didn't think Miami would shoot the ball that well, later on in the game, but they did. They started to make threes, and they end up shooting almost 40% from three. And at halftime, it was in the 20s. So, you know, Miami turned it on, and Toronto couldn't answer and respond. And a lot of that is just due to the timing of their mistakes, the timing of the turnovers. When timing is everything. I mean, you can make mistakes. It's going to happen in a game. But in that third quarter, it's very decisive. Miami was able to string together runs. And unfortunately, Toronto is, like I said, always giving away Black Friday deals. You're just handing the ball left, right, and center. And you can't do that at this level.
Nobody had to get up early for that one.
No, not at all. It was 60% off in that second half.
Jonesy, I mean, it was like a throwback performance, and I want to go back to what I first talked about. The starters were relied on. The bench, obviously the coach saw that it wasn't going to deliver, and a lot of the turnovers are on the starters, but they played some heavy minutes.
Well, yeah, I mean, and listen, I know we harp on the turnovers, and it's going to happen. You know, listen, I always say in baseball, home run hitters strike out. Go look at Aaron Judge or Juan Soto or Vladdy Guerrero. Go look at their strikeouts. Like, home run hitters strike out. And, the guys that handle the ball a lot are going to have more opportunities, yes, to score and assist, but also the other side of that is to turn it over. But what irks me the most are the careless ones. You know, the pass, the bounce pass into the lane to a guy who's just above the restricted area from the wing, and it's a wing to middle pass where if you're on the right side, all the guys from the left side defensively are standing in the lane anyway. So you're asking for trouble. Like, those are the ones that you have to be just more aware and have to recognize, no, if I wanted to get it to that guy in the post, swing it to the left side, let him seal. The defenders on the weak side now become the strong side. They have to get out. The seal will get the ball, get the defender on the back, and then you enter it. Okay, that guy's open. Pirtle's got a mismatch on Terry Rozier. But if you try to bounce it in from the wing, it's going to be stolen. And those are the ones that get me, Jim. You know, those are the ones that, and you're right, it is the starters. And they are playing smart enough to recognize, but they're not executing things, the right way in terms of getting the guy the ball kind of patiently and without turning it over while still maintaining the advantage.
Josh, I mean, it just seemed to me that this was tracking, albeit against the Pelicans, in a positive direction. I'm not saying it's not, but there's some glaring errors in this game. Does this loss leave a bit of a mark?
Not any more than some of the others, and especially because we've talked about so many of those close losses that really sting. Like, I don't think this is that. I think, like, some of it you can just chalk up to the other team getting hot and knocking down a lot of threes. And again, it's 2024. Some of these teams, they shoot a lot of threes. They can really beat you on a night where they get hot. You kind of just have to live with that. What you can't live with is what we've talked about at length, and Jonesy put it really well there, is like some of the turnovers you can live with. And I think like that's going to be a big part of the film session tomorrow, is differentiating the, I don't know if you can call them well-intentioned turnovers that you can live with from the ones that you absolutely cannot. And I just think like some of it is baked in. One, because this is a young team, you expect some turnovers. Two, you're missing your starting point guard, and you're starting without a traditional point guard in your first unit. And three is you're a team that's really emphasizing ball movement. Like the Raptors teams of old that were kind of ISO heavy, you're not going to turn the ball over as much, but you're also not going to get as much ball movement. And I mean, like, this is just sort of the reality of the type of game, the type of play style that Darko wants to play. But to Jonesy's point, like there are just some of these turnovers that are careless, live ball turnovers that are leading to easy, fast break points. Like those are the ones that they're going to look at and say, okay, well, this is where we draw the line. This is what we absolutely can't live with as a team that's trying to grow and develop and learn from losses like this.
Warren, let's continue that thought. Your thought on the turnovers.
Well, what haven't I already said about the turnovers that I could say now? I've the Raptors have, and there's a number of reasons for it, whether it's youth, inexperience, just the team's defense being better, and good. But at the end of the day, some of it is just carelessness. Like I can't get over some of the times I see the cross court passes, and it's literally every level. It doesn't matter where it is. Like, you come down the floor, you see something that could be open, but it's not. And then if the pass is successful, great. And if it's not, then it's a turnover. And honestly, the two biggest culprits of that in this game in particular were Scotty and RJ, where, they're rifling the ball in there. And if it goes in, great, right? If the person catches it, great. If not, it's a turnover. And, that is, you can say that's a bit of youth and maybe trying to do things that aren't there. And, in the Darko style offense where the ball is predicated on movement, that's a part of it. But at the same time, you're losing games that way. So you either have to be a bit more diligent in terms of when you want to pass and how often and where, or you live with the result because they're still putting up great numbers and they're in every game that they play, but they're not going to get over the hump as a group and as a team. They're not going to win these games unless they take better care of the basketball. And that in itself is like, I don't want to say it's a loaded statement, but there's so many ways to do that in a basketball game. But, to being more diligent with where you're putting the basketball will only help. I mean, there's been numerous occasions in this game where the ball was just thrown away as if, there wasn't any care behind it. And you can't have that. You just cannot.
Yeah, I mean, part of that could be realizing that the full complement isn't contributing, and you take it on yourself to try and carry the team. I wouldn't advise about doing that, but maybe that's how that transpired. Jonesy, one more thought before we let you go. I mean, we're at the quarter pole here, 5-15. It's time to get a full roster, isn't it?
It is. And we could see in our monitor the shots of the bench with Bruce Brown, Kelly Olynyk, still out of the lineup, Emmanuel Quickly. It just, I look at things and I know this is rebuilding. I get it. I understand it. But when I look at some of the other teams that were at the bottom of the heap with the Raptors and how they're playing with, squads that are in transition or rebuilding or trying to piece it together, when you're healthy, it makes a heck of a difference. If I'm not mistaken, I looked at the score at halftime. I think the Brooklyn Nets won again tonight, or they were leading, I think, in Orlando on the road tonight. Brooklyn's a team that, everybody was saying, well, they're not going to be very good this year. Well, hold on a second here. You got a full roster. I think Jordy Fernandez is a terrific coach, and he's doing a good job. But you're right, Jim, 5-15. I wonder what it would be if you had a healthy roster. Would it be 8-12? Would it be 9-11, and you look at some of the close games that were given away, that were lost, maybe because they didn't have the right personnel, the right people to help. All of those things, the ifs and buts are resounding right now. But you're right, we're at the quarter pole, and I know you're rebuilding, but I got to know what I have when I'm rebuilding. So I'd love to see some healthy people back in the lineup.
Jonesy, thanks for hanging around. Really appreciate it.
Pleasure, guys.
By the way, the Magic won 123-100 over the Nets. We'll take a break and come back, and much more to talk about. This is Raptors Game Night, the post-game show on TSN 1050.
Did you wake up to this?
If it works for the Maple Leafs position right now, where they could get John to sign a team-friendly deal, because by all indications, John doesn't want to play anywhere else. So if that's what you're being told, and that's what's being said, well, then make sure you're the organization. You make that a big part of this negotiation, and you end up coming out of the top to the deal that works for the team versus the player. And look, again, I'm not trying to say the Maple Leafs need to walk away from John Tavares, because I believe that he's a guy that they will find a way to make whatever contract needs to happen work for him to stay here for the rest of his career. But I'm not entertaining it more than $5 million a year.
First up with Korolnik and Koliakovo. Weekday mornings from 6 till 10 on TSN 1050.
You ain't first, you're last.
This is the sound of an exciting Black Friday sale.
And this is the sound of an exciting Black Friday sale at Sleep Country. Black Friday just isn't the same at Sleep Country, except for the best deals on the best brands. Right now, get up to 30% off almost everything, including sheets, duvets, and more. Plus, get any size of purple sheet sets and Silk & Snow relaxed linen sheets for the price of a twin. Don't miss out. The Black Friday event is on now at Sleep Country.
Restrictions apply.
Discover more value this holiday at Loblaws. Until December 1st, save 43% on family-sized bone-in strip loin steaks, only $7.88 a pound. And get a 10-pound bag of Farmers Market yellow potatoes for $1.79 each. Conditions apply. See flyer for details.
How do you, Subway holiday lover?
I'm dreaming of a turkey sub.
Well, hold on to your chestnuts for Subway's new festive faves meal. A 6-inch turkey sub with cranberry Dijon, crispy potato rings, and 2 red velvet cookies.
Ooh, jingle my bells.
No, thank you. But all this delicious and fixins for just $8.99.
Yum. Maybe some sugar plums.
No idea what that is. The new festive faves meal. A merry $8.99. Only at Subway. At participating Canadian restaurants. Extras edition. Terms and conditions apply.
By the fireplace.
She shoots. She scores. The PWHL is back on TSN, looking to level up after a historic debut season. We are witnessing greatness. The PWHL opening weekend, Saturday at 5 on TSN.
This holiday season, when it's time to choose the right tree, some trees will be chosen for their size, some for their shape, and some for their shelter. Let's have fewer people under a tree this Christmas. Don't let homelessness assumptions get in the way of homelessness solutions. Go to CanadaCanDoIt.ca. Help the Canadian Alliance to end homelessness.
First up with Korolnik and Koliakovo. Weekday morning 6 till 10 on TSN 1050.
You ain't first, you're last.
Raptors game night. The Heat win 121-111. Jim Taddy, Warren, and Josh Lewinberg with you until the top of the hour. Going to hear from Coach Darko shortly. Josh, just let me throw this at you. Miami now goes to 9-8. They are better than that, aren't they?
Well, 9-8, funny enough, wouldn't even be good enough for the play-in tournament in the Western Conference right now. But at 9-8 now, over 500, they're one of 5 teams in the Eastern Conference, good enough for the 5th seed, 6th seed in the Eastern Conference. Yeah, it's a big difference right now, but yeah, I agree. I think they're one of those teams. We've been saying this about Miami the last few years, too. They're a veteran team. They're an older team. They've had success in the playoffs before. They're one of those teams in the East that probably isn't as concerned about a slower start and they're just trying to peak at the right time and make sure they're firing on all cylinders going into the playoffs. But yeah, they're very dangerous. We talked about this before the game. They're really tough defensively. They've got an identity that very few teams can say that this early in the season. I think most teams, whether you're a contender or you're rebuilding like the Raptors, you're still trying to learn yourself this early into the season, figure out who you're going to be. The Heat know who they are and who they're going to be under Coach Spo, and I think they've got a lot of offensive talent as well, as we saw tonight. When their three-point shot is on, they can put a lot of points on the board and burn you that way. So yeah, I wouldn't be concerned about their slow-ish start. They're going to be one of the teams in the mix at the end of the season for sure.
Okay, just before we bring Warren in, we're going to hear from Coach Darko. Coach's comments brought to you by Honda. Score a $1,500 Honda bonus on the CRV LX. Conditions apply. Visit HondaOntario.com. And here's Coach Darko on where things went wrong.
It was the second part of the third quarter that we just could not hold it. They started getting hot, making shots. They ended up the game with 21 threes. We know that's a team that's going to take quite a few of those, and they have a lot of shooters. And at the end of the game, their bench stepped up, and Terry Rozier and Jaime Jaquez, and those guys of the bench, they did really good job. And that was the main thing there, that we lost that third quarter. Other than that, I think we played very competitive. Both teams played really good defensively in that first quarter. Second quarter, it was a high-scoring quarter, but the third quarter was the difference.
You guys kind of came back twice, though. What were you liking and seeing from your team in those moments?
Relentless desire to win the game, a lot of energy. We ended up game with 3-4 assists. Scotty had a triple-double, but at the same time, as a team, we committed 18 turnovers. So our 18 to their 8 turnovers, and their three-point shooting and our three-point shooting, that was the biggest difference in the game tonight.
I was going to ask you about those turnovers. As we discussed before the game, they can sort of
with their zone and even their man-to-man, they could sort of make you second-guess yourself. Did you think it was sort of thinking too much, or was it just carelessness that you saw?
I think it was some of those came in the pace. We were trying to punish them in transition, and just some of those passes were not precise enough to deliver those passes. I think we talked about it before the game. They're a team that's very physical. They're a team that's going to try to go in those passing lanes, and when they do that, we just got to be very strong with the ball and execute the right way. And I'm really, really excited because we're going to play the same team in less than 48 hours. So it's going to be mini playoff series over here, and we got to watch film, learn from it, and get better.
Jacoby had some nice moments tonight from his ball pressure and that. What did you like from him? And kind of throughout this week where he kind of got that call up, how do you think he's handled that?
He is a player that we believe in. He has a great future with this organization. I think he's learning any minute that he can get on the floor and play against very established players in this league. It's very, very valuable with him. I thought defensively that he did a really good job, and he gotta continue learning designations and how to close out to certain people, but the only way to learn that is to be out there and compete against those guys.
Coach Darko, and wisely, disclosing the fact that they play Miami again, and he called it a two-game playoff series, Warren. I mean, that's the way to go, isn't it?
Exactly. I mean, they have a chance to now watch the film, look at some of the turnovers, look at some of the changes that they want to make in terms of where they initiate their offense from, where they want to get shots from, and just assess the fact that Miami, in comparison to other teams in the NBA, they really pressure the basketball, and they're trying to keep Toronto out the paint as much as they could, and they weren't successful at that. Toronto was still able to get good looks at the rim, so that's something to build off of. And you have to be able to look at those things and say, okay, well, we got a quick turnaround here. We scored 62 points in the paint, and yet we still had, Lord knows, 19 turnovers in the game. So, you're doing one thing really, really well. You almost lead the NBA in that category, and then on the other side of things, you're constantly turning the basketball over. That, so we all understand that has to change. But where are the fine-tuned details of when you can do that? How are we going to initiate the offense? How are we going to be able to play fast and continue to be disciplined to lessen the mistakes? Because then the score will hopefully correct itself, and Toronto will be on the other end of this, because as well as Miami played in the third quarter, this was still a very winnable game for Toronto.
Yeah, just not tonight. 121-111, the Heat win. This is Raptors Game Night on TSN 1050.
I'm outside a Bell store. People are raving about the Bell Black Friday event. Excuse me, ma'am.
Hi.
Sounds like you got a great deal.
Sure did.
Amazing. How do you feel now?
I'm high-fiving everyone.
All right then, up top.
Yes.
Well, there you have it. High fives for everyone.
It's the Bell Black Friday event. Time to get on Canada's fastest and most reliable 5G network and get our best prices of the year on iPhone. Visit a Bell store or bell.ca for details. Bell. Black Friday just got better.
Contrary to popular belief, most guys with man breasts cannot just bench press their way to perfect pecs. They have a medical condition called gynecomastia, and Dr. Frank Lista of the Plastic Surgery Clinic can help. A world-renowned plastic surgeon, Dr. Lista has perfected the procedure for correcting gynecomastia. Find out more at theplasticsurgeryclinic.ca. Get off the bench and into the game. theplasticsurgeryclinic.ca.
Canadians accused in a strange California murder plot. This is Heather Butts tonight on CTV National News, how a virtual connection turned obsession led to a triple stabbing. Full details tonight at 11 and at ctvnews.ca.
Going on vacation? Spending money in another currency? From dollars to dong, pounds to pesos. If you're still using major banks, you could be getting ripped off. Instead, use Wise and save up to 3 times compared to major banks when you spend money in another currency. Download the Wise app today. Wise, the app for doing things in other currencies. Terms and conditions apply.
And we're
back.
I've got to say, what a thrill.
Couldn't agree more, Jeff. My blood is pumping.
Canadian Blood Services needs 450 new donors every day to keep Canada's lifeline strong.
And in the final quarter of the day, we have 55 left to... What's that?
Is that a new donor?
It's a new donor.
We're at 396. Only 54 left to go.
This is the 450 challenge. Let's get Canada's blood pumping.
Book an appointment today at blood.ca/450.
Discover more value this holiday at Loblaws. Until December 1st, save 43% on family-sized bone-in strip loin steaks, only $7.88 a pound. And get a 10-pound bag of Farmers Market yellow potatoes for $1.79 each. Conditions apply. See flyer for details.
Our weekends are wall-to-wall kids hockey.
Needs a good sporting goods store.
We start early.
And a breakfast drive-thru.
It's a commitment for sure.
A financial advisor.
The whole family goes to the games.
A bigger vehicle.
Especially the tournaments.
Gas, hotels, and shopping malls.
We love to win.
Burgers for everyone.
We take turns choosing the radio station.
Family bonding. Be where anyone who needs you can meet you. Be on the radio. Your customers are already here.
Miami wins at 121-111. Scotty Barnes, 24 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists for a triple-double. And Pirtle had a double-double, 24 points and 10 rebounds. Our next live coverage will be Monday night Chicago against the Leafs at Scotiabank Arena. We'll resume our Raptors coverage next Thursday when the Raptors host OKC. Thanks for joining us at Raptors Game Night on TSN 1050.
The National Basketball Association on SiriusXM. For a full list of games and channels.
816, national feed on SiriusXM and internet channels 88. In the NBA, noon, Charlotte Hornets face the New York Knicks. Hornets on SiriusXM channels 86, internet 883, Knicks on internet 899. 2:30 p.m. Atlanta Hawks face the Cleveland Cavaliers. Hawks on SiriusXM channels 86, internet 880, Cavaliers on internet 885. 5 p.m. Memphis Grizzlies face the New Orleans Pelicans. Grizzlies on SiriusXM channels 86, internet 894, Pelicans on internet 898. 7:30 p.m. Minnesota Timberwolves face the LA Clippers. Timberwolves on SiriusXM channels 86, internet 897, Clippers on internet 892. 7:30 p.m. Brooklyn Nets face the Orlando Magic. Nets on Sirius 160 XM 212 and internet 882, Magic on internet 901. 8 p.m. Indiana Pacers face the Detroit Pistons. Pacers on Sirius 119 XM 213 and internet 891, Pistons on internet 888. 8 p.m. Chicago Bulls face the Boston Celtics. Bulls on Sirius 158 XM 214 and internet 884, Celtics on internet 881. 8 p.m. Miami Heat take on the Toronto Raptors. Heat on Sirius XM channels 167, internet 895, Raptors on internet 907. 10 p.m. Portland Trailblazers take on the Sacramento Kings. Blazers on Sirius 137 XM 215 and internet 904, Kings on internet 905. 10 p.m. LA Lakers take on the Oklahoma City Thunder. Lakers on Sirius and XM channels 86, internet 893, Thunder on internet 900. In the NHL, 1 p.m. Philadelphia Flyers take on the New York Rangers. Flyers on Sirius and XM channels 91, internet 940, Rangers on internet 938. 2 p.m. Minnesota Wild face the Chicago Blackhawks. Wild on Sirius 208 XM 219 and internet 933, Blackhawks on internet 925. 3 p.m. Nashville Predators take on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Predators on XM 202 internet 935, Lightning on internet 945. 3 p.m. Columbus Blue Jackets face the Calgary Flames. Jackets on XM 201 internet 927, Flames on internet 923. 3 p.m. Buffalo Sabres face the Vancouver Canucks. Sabres on Sirius 209 XM 220 and internet 922, Canucks on internet 948. 3 p.m. Detroit Red Wings face the New Jersey Devils. Red Wings on Sirius 210 XM 221 and internet 929, Devils on internet 936. 3 p.m. Washington Capitals face the New York Islanders. Capitals on Sirius 211 XM 222 and internet 950, Islanders on internet 937. 3 p.m. Carolina Hurricanes face the Florida Panthers. Hurricanes on XM 223 internet 924, Panthers on internet 931. 3:30 p.m. Anaheim Ducks take on the LA Kings. Ducks on Sirius and XM channels 91, internet 920, Kings on internet 932. 3:30 p.m. San Jose Sharks face the Seattle Kraken. Sharks on XM 204, internet 942, Kraken on Internet 9:43. 6:30 p.m., Boston Bruins face the Pittsburgh Penguins. Bruins on Sirius XM channels 91, Internet 921. Penguins on Internet 941. 8:25 p.m., Vegas Golden Knights take on the Winnipeg Jets. Knights on Sirius 209, XM 220, and Internet 949. Jets on Internet 950. 9 p.m., Dallas Stars face the Colorado Avalanche. Stars on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 928. Avalanche on Internet 926. 9 p.m., Utah Hockey Club face the Edmonton Oilers. Utah on Sirius XM channels 91, Internet 947. Oilers on Internet 930. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM sports schedule for Friday, November the 29th.
Sirius XM has soccer covered end to end. Sirius XM FC. Hear live play-by-play and talk shows hosted by legends of the game. It's Sirius XM FC on channel 157.
Speed, skill, hands. Pavel Bure was one of the most fascinating talents to ever step onto the ice. Even as a young kid, he seemed to always have a knack for finding the back of the net. At the pro level, he put fans into shock and goalies into nightmares on a nightly basis. The man they called the Russian Rocket dazzled hockey fans around the world. Embedded in a family of Olympic athletes, there was no question Pavel Bure was going to succeed on the ice. Playing for CSKA Moscow as a teenager with the likes of Sergei Fedorov, Slava Fetisov, and Igor Larionov pushed him to become one of the best goal scorers the game of hockey has ever seen. In the NHL, alongside his brother Valerie, Pavel consistently put up high-scoring seasons on bad teams. In his rookie campaign, he won the Calder Trophy and put himself on the map. Twice he captured the Maurice Rocket Richard Trophy. 5 times he finished with 50 or more goals. He played over 700 games in which he scored 437 times and added 342 assists. He was bypassed in his first 6 years of eligibility for the Hall of Fame, but was voted in on June 27, 2012, alongside Matt Sundin, Joe Sakic, and Adam Oates. He became the 5th Soviet or Russian, and to this date, he's the only Hall of Famer to spend the majority of his playing career in Vancouver. One of the best, the Russian Rocket Pavel Bure. For Sirius XM Sports, I'm Ryan Pete.
Follow every second of the action on NHL Network Radio. From behind the bench to every play on the ice. If it's hockey, it's on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Sirius XM 91.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM sports schedule for Friday, November the 29th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest update. In NCAA college football, noon, Boise State faces Oregon State. Boise State on Sirius XM and Internet channels 83. Oregon State on XM 388, Internet 978. Noon, Bowling Green faces Miami of Ohio. Bowling Green on Internet 993. Miami of Ohio on Internet 992. Noon, Colorado faces Oklahoma State. Colorado on Sirius XM and Internet channels 84. Oklahoma State on Sirius 138.